Welcome back to Dark Skies. This is Rippling Mirrors Part 3. Last session, the group held their own in conversation with Trauma Team exec during discourse on their first day, kind of holding um, Nina at the hospital, REO Meat Wagon. Next day went by uneventfully, and she did some healing. And then we went to Tuesday. I believe we're on Tuesday now, and no, we're on Monday because there was a canceled uh, shenanigans on Monday. An interview that Dolly Glass had with the Nippon Network representative, a former member of the band Trickshot named Precious, who was, semi-popular, but now does a lot of interview style kind of media for the Nippon Network. Um, that said, the group has decided to kind of early morning get on with some just shenanigans. I believe everyone, with the exception of Dolly and um, her bodyguard Crown, have already spoken for what they're doing. It's already been kind of handled. So we're just moving into the shopping bit, and then during the afternoon portion, they'll be deciding whether or not they go through with the process of going to the combat zone, known as Boxville. Um, so we'll get there when we get there. First things first. So, Dolly Glass, you have Biotechnica ride availability. You don't need to utilize Letty's chauffeur. You can basically just kind of get Biotechnica transport either by city car or AV in the more kind of rare instances or to the locations that are kind of harder to get to. But most of your shopping is going to happen in the Corpo Plaza, and you are shopping at like the higher end locations. So you're going to a lot of the more fancy kind of fashion establishments, and you're really looking for things that match your more street ensemble than your kind of personas fashion forward mentality. This ultimately leads you to kind of getting into conversations with the well-to-do. And when I say that, I mean more the kind of the staff at these locations that kind of interwork with one another. And basically, when you describe the kind of attire that you're seeking, more street fashion, but with a higher class edge, they really all seem to point you to the same person. There's a location that is currently available. It has been open for a couple of weeks, and it is a pop up shop for a fashion forward individual, fashion designer named Lola, and her company, or rather her brand, is called Boutique Angelique. And you end up kind of going to her pop up shop, which is in the third floor of the Jinguchi building. Um, when you enter into Jinguchi's first floor, it's very sterile, clean, like pristine. There aren't a lot of clothes on display. Instead, they have these glass panels that you walk over to, and they have like digital. I'm not wearing glasses. They have digital displays that you kind of mess with, and they will kind of move the actual fabric or clothing into that window behind the glass, and you can request to touch it, but to do so, you have to sign a waiver because the clothing is very expensive and the risk of theft.
Are those the battle classes?
They are. The second floor is kind of mundane, more kind of street attire, and also weaponry, which we discussed. It's not something that a fast food restaurant does, but fashion forward individuals do have guns. The best way to kind of describe the firearms are very high class, overpriced, kind of almost, carbon or plastic kind of materials, just very kind of uh, style guns. They're not trustworthy. They're not going to be very good. On the third floor, some of them are prototypes even. Like they get the deals with like security firms or weapons producers, and they're like, well, yeah, we'll do it up in Jinguchi branding and sell it, and everybody will love it, and then it'll get like street cred, and so this never works. But some people think it does, and some stupid rich people will pay ultimately too much money for something that's they're never going to use. America. Uh, the third floor is where the pop up shop's located, and entering into it, you are surprised to note that there are a lot of people present in this space. And there's more of a kind of shop vibe to the place. Like there's a lot of clothing on racks, and there are a lot of people kind of milling through them. It is very much more like a Goodwill vibe than like a kind of high dollar shop. And as you're kind of parsing through the clothes, what you're noticing is there's a lot of everything. Like it goes hard as far as like fashion sense goes. You've got all sorts of different types of street fashions present here, and kind of done up in the highest degree. Talking street fashions that you haven't even heard of, some that you've only seen on data terms or like in kind of on websites. Like it's a lot of stuff seems to have been collected here. It doesn't seem like this is all designed by one person, and some of it looks like it's vintage, like it's collected, like it's not a item that was made. It's something that was kind of moved forward, and the prices kind of match what you were expecting. Very high dollar, very insanely priced. But it also seems like a lot of the people in this venue are focused on getting up to one of the front desks, which seems to have been co opted and changed, and there seems to be a signing process going on. It seems that Precious, the person who was supposed to interview you, is actually present here signing memorabilia from Trickshot, which is also present inside of the um, clothing. Trickshot, if you're not familiar, is a band from the 2040s. They were a pop group that was sponsored by Nippon Network. They are very. If you took Spice Girls and mixed it with like Hatsune Miku, that would be the best way to describe the vibe of Trickshot. But they're very dated. It's 30 years old, but nothing dies in the age of cyberpunk. I mean, people still listen to Samurai, and that band's been around since the 2010s. So they're weird. There's probably people still listening to the Beatles, to be honest. Um, you get raised on what your dad raised you on, and they get raised on what their dad got raised on. It just passes through. But yeah, it seems that that's where the signing's going on, and you don't know her, you've never met her, but you know her by her appearance. So you would know that this is Lola, and she is up at the front. Um, you've heard things about her as kind of a fashionista. She used to run with a gang back in the day. She is kind of hardcore, and now kind of has her own fashion brand. And she's wearing what she's wearing in the image there. Um, and then Precious is not wearing what she's wearing in this image, but hopefully this sets some people off. We'll see. But this is Precious. She's wearing kind of more of like a higher class gown, but the tattoos are visible through. She's not wearing anything sleeved or anything. She's not a sleeve person. But yeah, she very much has a style to her that is also very street. But yeah, she definitely doesn't look her age because she's probably in her 40s, 50s. But that seems to be the case nowadays in Night City. Most people have found ways to kind of get around aging, either by cyber, modification, um, biological kind of growth, or replacement. Plenty of ways to kind of make yourself eternally young. But yeah, that's the scene as it stands. So, is there anything in particular you kind of want to seek out here? Anybody that I've mentioned that you want to speak to? Obviously, Crown's right there with you.
Am I in full flag or leisure wear?
Hmm?
What do you want to be in?
Am
Whatever,
I?
whatever you want.
Hmm.
Nobody's gonna fuck with a bodyguard.
Fair enough. Full flat.
Cool. Yeah, and you'll notice you're not the only gonk in here that's ready to fight. Like, yeah, there's. I mean, Precious probably has a bodyguard who is probably an Arasaka security member, like an Arasaka security detail. Actually, it's an interesting bit of crossover too. No, I'll leave it. I'll leave it. Um, as fun as that could have been, I shall leave it because I don't think her bodyguard would be. Yeah. Anyway, um, but she has an Arasaka high class, high detail kind of security guard. Um, Lola doesn't, but you're security trained enough that you understand that she, in her kind of little vest thing she's got going on with the arms, the sleeves, she has weapons inside of the top portion, and you're pretty sure there's something regarding her arms that's cybernetic. She might have mantis blades. She might
Nice.
have like some sort of launcher, pop-up launcher or something.
Proud of her.
That's all you should be. You're muted if you're talking, Stephanie. Still nothing.
Are you connected to the audio and Zoom?
She can hear us, so she must be.
Okay.
Because she had like a point where she laughed and she was like nodding at stuff. So I'm pretty sure she can hear us. Right? Yeah, see? Nodding. Nothing.
Does the headset itself have a mute button?
I'm hearing something. I'm
we
hearing
heard
something.
something.
There was something there. Come back. Say something. Say something.
Something.
There.
Something.
You're coming through.
There you go.
Dark side.
Dark side.
Something. Dark side. Perfect. Classic name.
So Dolly's kind of like she's trying to she's not totally incognito, but she's definitely not in persona right now. But kind of also being cognizant that she's in a very happening hip area and is kind of on guard still too, just in case she wouldn't want to tarnish her public image or anything. And just leafing through the clothes, looking for things that are interesting, things that she'd like to wear, and noticing Precious and Lola just kind of has the gears turning. Do I want to interact with it? It would be good for publicity probably, but she's do I want to bother? This is my day off. So she's kind of just watching what's going on and just calculating if she wants to get involved with it.
Also, it was a day off, but you also know that you basically cut and ran on Precious for that. The person you were supposed to be interviewed by is currently doing signings. But another thing too, and I want to make sure this is clear for Jonah, if you don't want to be bothered, you're incognito, but you for sure don't want people coming up and bothering you with van shenanigans, you can just tell him to basically ward you, and he can just stand near you, and if someone starts approaching you like they're going to talk to you, he can basically just strong arm them and push them away.
Yeah, I mean, she's not like that right now. It's
Okay.
more just she's just kind of casual, but if there was a fan that could immediately recognize her as oh, you're not in your garb that you usually are, then she'd talk to him. But
Sure.
I'll give him one of the Denzel Washingtons.
Well, you're probably not paying attention to it, but Crown certainly is. There's definitely people who seem to notice you, and there's definitely groupings, pairs or small packs of individuals here that are whispering about your presence. Crown, you'd also notice that as Dolly's kind of leafing through everything, kind of just checking everything out. I would say there's a lot of good quality merchandise here. Attire wise, there's a lot of good stuff for you, Dolly. So there's no lack of interest. Each rack just seems to have its own treasures. But for Crown, what you notice is it seems like the front of the room, the people who are kind of at the front, Lola and Precious, do seem to notice you and your charge. So it's not like she isn't. They aren't aware of her presence. but they continue with their signing and such. But Lola seems to break away from the group. And Crown, I need you to make a perception check.
Perception. Ooh.
Is this the person that Lottie's person like canceled?
No, Lola, the one that's sneaking up on you, for lack of a better term. She's the owner of Boutique Angelique. The one who's doing the signings is Precious. She's the
I got an
celebrity.
18.
Well, I meant like, why did we cancel on her? Is what I was.
Oh, because you didn't want to do it.
Okay.
Yeah. Like, you don't have an official reason, so if it comes up, you can say what you want, but there is...
This threat. Oh yeah, threat detection roll too. Okay.
Why is Chad in here twice?
I think he's switching to
Oh.
computer.
Okay, I got
Sorry.
it. It's okay. No, I got it right. You're
Who's
quite
Chad?
surprised, Crown, when you're kind of looking. You're not really looking for her, but you see her kind of move aside. You're not really focused on her. She just kind of loses. You lose her for a second, and the next thing you know, she's like tapping Dolly's shoulder, and you're kind of becoming aware of her as Dolly's about to respond to her. And
Okay.
Lola would say, "Hi, welcome, Dolly Glass, right?
Yeah, that's me.
Pleasure. Most people call me Lola, but you can call me Barbie." And she offers her hand out for a shake.
Oh, and I like put my hand out too. That is such a cute name.
Thanks. Yeah, wasn't one I took on myself, but definitely one I earned, I guess. Um, Sounds kind of pompous and arrogant, doesn't it? Sorry about that. I just wanted to let you know if there's anything that you would like to take with you and perhaps wear on stage or wear on tour, that would be great. I would love the publicity, and if that's the case, you can just go ahead and walk out with it. Not a problem. No contracts or anything. I trust that you'd keep your word. Yeah, thank you for coming in. We've been really trying to get a lot more older fashions and more kind of rugged fashions that are less plastic and more fabric. More work has been put into them out there into the marketplace.
It's almost like her, like after she was like saying that kind of stuff, her just like demeanor just changes instantly, and she's just like, actually, I noticed you had a lot of very like vintage inspired things on the rack, and it was very interesting.
She kind of like you're looking at the rack and she kind of shuffles through for a second and grabs a hold of this very kind of strange looking kind of pink fluffy dress with like the puffy shoulders, and she kind of holds it out like a bit and she says, "Guess where I got this one?"
It kind of reminds me of something you'd pick up in like old school Harajuku.
Yeah, we wish. So back when we were kids, we had to scrounge it up out of the red zone, and this piece right here, we found in an old shipping container in the ruins of Arasaka Tower after Johnny Silverhand blew it out of the sky.
Wow, that's a story actually, and I'm just gonna like kind of like pick it up and like look at it. Just do you mind if I would take this to
That's all
wear
right.
sometime?
Absolutely. She'll name off some print, some pinkish print of a Harajuku style, and that's the dress. But she then kind of goes with you and kind of tours you through a lot of stories she tells are kind of these very cyberpunkian stories, but all in the effort of acquiring clothing, which for you is not something you've really encountered. More often than not, people want money, and people want drugs, and people want sex, and people want to kill people for hatred. It's not a a world out there where you can fight for something a little bit more noble, like beauty. But it seems that that's exactly what Lola has made her entire, business out of. And as she's kind of walking with you and talking with you, you'll notice that another woman who you kind of recognize, but I don't have a image for, kind of pops out of the back and kind of looks over at Lola and kind of like gestures. And you can see behind her, there's a guy who It's like 7 foot tall, 6'7", something rather tall. Dark skinned gentleman wearing kind of very rugged looking leathers. Almost looks like he belongs out in the Badlands, this kind of guy. And on his jacket, there's like a noticeable kind of star symbol on the jacket. And they both kind of look at her like, they're expecting her to come when they come or request a call. And she says to you, "Oh, sorry, I forgot I have guests. I'd really like to catch up with you. You are a very interesting act. I've noticed a lot of your work." And she kind of leans in and says, "I've also noticed it feels like you're kind of being pushed to do stuff you don't want to. But I noticed that more often than not, a bit of the real you might be slipping through." And then she kind of leans back. "Or maybe I'm reading too much into it. It just feels like, I don't know." She shrugs.
Well, it was really nice to meet you. And I won't lie. Your assumption might be a little bit have some weight to it, but we can always talk about that some other time.
Absolutely. Perfect. I'd love to. And she'll pull out her physical agent, and if you have an agent as well, you kind of tap and transfer numbers. So you now have Lola's phone number in your contacts. Precious will continue signing her stuff, and Lola, after passing the information to you, will go into the back and talk to whoever kind of called her back there. And you continue to peruse. And once you kind of maneuver to the front, they, don't charge you for anything. They kind of stamp everything out and put it in a nice, beautiful bag. Kind of walk around the counter and bring it over to you and kind of like see you out with it after notating everything that's taken.
That Badlands guy, did he have any noticeable weaponry?
Make a local expert, Night City.
Local expert. Got you.
You're from here. You might know.
Is that under education?
Uh-huh. Very bottom.
Night City. Oh,
Okay.
10.
So no weapons that you could really tell. It looks like he might have had a heater on his belt, like a holstered pistol. But the 10 will allow you to know that he appears to be a member of a nomad family. Not a very large one, but one that's recognizable enough. It's called the Gibson family. And they are a nomad family from, they're kind of tied to the Aldecados a bit.
Okay.
Yeah, it is Calvin and Missy in the back.
Hey.
So if you don't have any other business in there, if you want to approach Precious, you can do that. But otherwise, every single bit of clothing that you can imagine being really cool for your character is here. And probably in like a higher degree. So she's very like, and then Lola saying, "It's free."
Yeah, she's definitely, she doesn't want to like take advantage of the kindness, but she's just genuinely very interested in just kind of like, it's like history to her basically that's like being displayed. So
Yeah, and as you kind of, if you do try anything on just to be sure it fits, what they tell you up at the front, like when they're kind of take you to the dressing room and you're trying it on, they say, "That's really strange. You have almost the exact same measurements as Lola does. That's crazy." So you fit into these clothes, like especially the ones that were kind of collecting and not the ones that she made. You fit into them perfectly. So all in all, a good experience. Do you want to approach Precious though? Like again, she's busy, but you could probably cut to the line. You're famous. If you don't want to, it's okay though.
yeah, I guess it would just depend on how busy she is now. Because like if she's like swamped, I don't know if I would.
She's busy, but again, it's as a celebrity. If that's a concern for you, then I would suggest leaving. If it isn't,
You know what? You know what? Why the hell not? Maybe it'll be good for.
she'll kind of stop signing an object. You see that she's talking to kind of an older lady who has her hair done up in like a bouffant, almost trying to style herself after like the N54 news anchors, and she's kind of bored signing it halfway through, and you can tell. So as you approach, her eyes catch you. She finishes very quickly and kind of sets the trick shot BD or music to them, and then looks to you and says, kind of holds her hand up. The handler, the security guy that she has, kind of walks around to the front, starts blocking them, and she'll say, "Well, it's really strange to see you out and about. You canceled on me. I mean, I'm okay with it. I'm sure you have a lot of things going on, but I really, really did want to speak to you."
Yeah, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I just came up to apologize for that. We had some last minute changes, and you know what? They actually ended up canceling on us too. So,
It will be. I'm sure it'll be handled by everybody in the offices. And I'll be honest, I really was interested in the meeting, the interview. I had some pretty good questions, but the real reason they wanted to meet with you is my manager wanted to speak to your manager. I don't know what regards, but yeah, it seems like he's really interested in meeting your manager. I can't remember her name, whatever her name is. Um,
yeah, Lottie, I don't really, I just don't know that much about all the stuff that they talk about,
yeah.
but I could totally, if you want, just give Lottie a call. And is your manager available?
No, no, I didn't bring them out for this. This is more me and kind of older stuff. My friend, you met her. Well, she's a friend of a friend. She was really interested in getting together, and I'm really interested in getting some of her clothes. It seems like you are too. It's very big deal for us. And yeah, I got to meet up with Missy, and I got to meet up with Lola. I haven't seen them in a while, and it was really nice. It was really nice. Yeah, but if you want, I can ask my manager to reschedule with your manager. Maybe sometime next week might be better. I understand you canceled all your gigs for the week, but you're starting back up next week, right?
Yeah, I would love that actually.
Perfect. Okay, yeah, I'll have my manager contact yours. And thanks
All
for
right.
popping in. She'll very quickly kind of grab a trick shot like album, sign it, and hand it over. And it's not like digital media. This is like vinyl, and hands that over to you. It's got the four girls on the
Ooh,
front, um, and
fancy.
yeah, very very nice looking. And it's like a collector's edition. So it's like kind of got gold lettering and gold framing, and the girls are kind of like embossed on the cover. It's very tacky.
She's kind of thing is like Dolly like legitimately does like this music though too. So she's just kind of like, "Oh wow, this is really cool" for a minute. And she's like, "Oh my gosh, thank you so much."
Pants into fucking ground.
Oh, just put that
Yeah, I've
right
got the
there.
bags. um, and then of course you depart. Soon after, like as you're kind of making your way up to the roof of the Jacuzzi building to catch the AV and head back because it's getting close to kind of lunchtime. You'll probably stop for lunch and then go back to meet with Letty for whatever she had planned for the afternoon. But you get a text. It's from the number you just got added to your phone, and it says, um, "Excuse me, hey, I saw you talking to Precious. Just so you know, it was my interests in meeting with your manager. Um, I'm not really pressing or anything, but if it is possible, I would love to talk to her."
She just responded with like, "Anything for you," and then like a heart emoji and a star emoji.
And then the next text is, and oh, please don't think that I'm trying to use you to get to her or anything. I genuinely am interested in your work and would like to spend some more time with you. And then there's a heart emoji and like a pink ribbon. That sounds right. Sounds right.
Sounds like something.
Something. Okay. So the AV flies out. You meet back up with the crew. Um, Everybody regathers. Um,
Is there Fanta in the evening?
I'm assuming you meet back at the Biotechnica Hotel, right? So kind of in the open area in Letty's floor. You descend on the AV, land on the roof, pop down, um, and then Mooney, you just kind of walk up from your closet, or we're already there because you drove Letty in, and then X, you're there on call, so you kind of show up. and Foxen, I presume, would arrive.
Last.
So, yeah,
Does
last.
orange
You had to take a taxi. He's last.
You've got
does orange
Go ahead.
does orange soda exist
Yeah,
still?
it's not really orange, but yeah, it's definitely orange soda. It tastes like artificial, like flavoring. You bet.
It tastes like orange the flavor, not orange
It's
the fruit.
Orange
orange-colored
is-
soda.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
is
the-
orange soda
in the
really
parentheses.
orange?
Oranges.
Orange
No.
citrus soda.
Because I can definitely drink orange soda.
Like Fanta. Like Fanta.
I mean, not anymore, but whenever I was only allergic to oranges.
When
So-
it was just the orange.
Yeah, when it was just the orange and not the corn.
The only piece of information regarding your quarry, if Beth is still the goal, is that you've received an image of her. You have been able to pull an image of her. It seems to be from some sort of security camera in some place in Santo Domingo or near kind of North Oak. And this is what she looks like now. So the face is very similar. The hairstyle is obviously very similar, but she's completely borged out.
Yeah.
That's
That's
cool.
scary.
I mean, is this what
Wood.
Letty has specifically? Because X pulled a bunch of information at the end of the last.
That's you. You're pulling that. You've got the picture.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
you have
okay.
older pictures of her, and she looks just like Nina, but like Beth in these new, the most recent image you could find. It looks like her entire body is a full war conversion.
Okay, that's just the image stuff. The Foxville remote working for SciTech, all that is.
That's all in addition to
Okay,
that. Yeah.
okay.
That image I didn't have last session. I have it
Okay.
now. and so it's
And I
that
I think X will probably refer to her as Bethy Smalls. It's not quite Biggie Smalls, but you know, it's
all right. Yeah, sure. Like I was mentioning, dated references, old
Yeah.
musicians. Like this is very popular in Cyberpunk for some reason.
Makes sense.
I mean, we're in 2023, right? Or 2024 right now, and we still reference shit from like the 50s. and
Oh, we
60s.
reference shit from the 20s, bud.
Yeah, we're weird. We're all weird. Memes last forever. Okay. So you're all back together,
Is Neon Cat still around?
of course.
Of course.
Yeah.
is there a Neon Corp?
What?
Is there a Neon Corp where all of the stuff that they're
corporation
making
has
have
I guess GT or GGNM is probably Neon
Okay.
Corp.
Can I have like a weapon, like a smart weapon that fires like what
GNNM.
looks like a rainbow like
No.
laser? No.
Lasers aren't a thing that we do.
Can it at least be something that leaves a rainbow trail behind?
Doubtful.
God,
Every bullet has a different
the
chemtrail
future
behind
fucking
it.
sucks.
Yeah, if it was different colors, that's fine.
Future fucking sucks.
I just don't know if they can do.
Mooney's just going to get you like
he
he's
just
just going
loads
to
them
rig
in
up
red, blue, green.
some sort of like pressure pump gun that you load with glitter. Like
Fine.
Boosh.
I mean, that sounds cool.
So once everybody gathers up, X will go over what he was able to pull from the library search, and that it seems like she is. The picture is not from that particular region, but that it sounds like she is doing remote work for SciTech somewhere out in Boxville and probably has a substantial amount of hardware and net architecture wherever she's at. But that could be a lot of searching to ping and find unless somebody has a contact out there that may know where a lot of that kind of hardware has been showing up out there.
well, I guess I'm gonna go change my clothes and make a call and get my other car. 'Cause we can't exactly. Well, if we drive out there with the company vehicle, they'll see us coming a mile away.
Might be a little more than a parking ticket. Any chance anybody in your family's been running hardware out from Night City to there?
Yeah, me. Once or twice, or maybe a dozen times.
So you would know that the reason why, like, you kind of were able to move to this job, and also the reason why the family was able to kind of like start doing cushier gigs, like moving stuff up the 101, is because another family came back into the region that was connected to the Aldecados, and they've kind of taken over the Boxville area. The family you know is named the Gibsons, and they are a uh, nomad family like yourself, quite a bit smaller than the Andersons, only about 20 or so individuals in the Gibsons, and they are led by an individual named Papa, who also is known as Calvin Gibson.
Are we
I'm
on? Are we
sorry,
on
that's
good terms with them?
hilarious, though.
Yeah, you've probably gotten drunk with Calvin before.
Calvin
fair.
Papa Gibson.
So, and you said the Gibsons are the ones that are doing like the Boxville jobs now.
Yeah, the Boxville smuggling and the Boxville kind of, uh, connect, the passageway through Boxville is currently maintained by the Gibsons.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, Mooney goes. Mooney goes to where his sedan is parked. The sedan seats 6, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, he goes to where that car's parked, and then he kind of gets into the trunk.
Meanwhile, Letty, you get a ping, just an update on Nina's status. She's fine. Nothing's changed.
Awesome.
He changes out of his corporal clothes, and then he gets in the car and drives it around to the front to pick everybody up.
Okay.
And
is-
while somewhere in there, he'll call Calvin and see if maybe Calvin could maybe like throw a job his way or give him some sort of contact that he might be able to reach out to get into Boxville.
Before we like all leave, Kai's gonna try to get like a word in with Letty, and is just gonna ask Miss Letty, is this search and destroy or recon?
For Beth,
Yes.
I would like to talk to her. Definitely do not want to destroy.
Aye, aye.
That is not my intent. We're trying to find out more information from her so we can get more information to Nina
All right.
and also biotechnical. But
So, when you call Calvin, it goes to pick up, and the first thing that you can hear in the background is kind of this very elevator music kind of sound in the background, which, if you have your phone kind of up and are listening to it, it definitely sounds like it's the same vein of music that was being played at the Boutique Angelique. So, out of character note, he has not left. He says, Mooney, hey, how's it going?
Oh, I'm not too bad, moving up in the world.
Kind of busy right now, but if you got a quick favor I can help you with, I can jot it down, help you when I can.
Yeah, I'm trying to find a way into Boxville. I was wondering if maybe you could hook me up.
I'm in the Corpo Plaza right now myself, but I'll go ahead and throw a message over to Coomer Jr., and if he can get back to you, then great.
Sounds good, man. Thanks a lot.
And you'd know that Coomer Jr., also known as Calvin Jr., is Calvin's son, with a woman named Missy. You don't know much about Missy, you just know that she's from the city.
It's a tale as old as time.
And apparently Coomer is a honorific that was given to him for another Gibson family member that died back in the 40s.
R.I.P. Coomer.
Yes, he did say Coomer. Coomer Jr., Zach.
I remember.
The legend of Coomer continues. So you
F's
call
in the chat.
Coomer. Yeah, F's in the chat for Coomer. He was a real one. I don't remember whose fault it was that he died, but it was one of yours, so fuck all of you. You call Coomer Jr., and he says, well, hey, Mooney, how's it going? You He already sent me a text. Said you're trying to get into Boxville.
Yep, that's the plan.
Well, we've been having problems in Boxville lately due to uptick in scav activity. Seems like a lot of people have been going missing in and around Boxville and being dragged into a smaller settlement not too far from where we're located. They haven't made any moves on us because, well, we got better guns than they do, and they can't catch us off guard. But if you're wanting to come out to us, we're over in the junkyard. We're actually hanging out with the maintenance staff here. They are very nice, and they like the extra protection, the extra guns, especially again with the uptick in the scavs. And also, we've noticed you folks have been hanging out at the Wraith location, the former Wraith head base there, over by the oh my God, what's the name of a place where you quarry stone? It's called a quarry. Over by the quarry. Have you noticed anything strange around there? Like any boats moving around or anything?
I've actually been staying in the city lately, but I'll tell you what, I'll give my brother a call, and if he's noticed anything, I'm sure he'll let me know. So yeah, I'll keep an ear to the ground, and let you know if I hear anything.
Okay, so Coomer Jr. is no longer a thing. It has been erased. It has been removed from the game. It no longer exists. Pay $50 a month to my ass, and you can delete any character from any campaign you win. Apparently, that's the rules.
Yeah,
I don't make
just on the phone. He's like, hello.
I don't make.
Hello? You just Thanos.
The guy,
steps out of
Yeah,
his-
yeah.
Oh God! And you open up your phone to look at a picture of you and him, and like he fades away, like Back to the Future. No, he's still on the phone. Anywho,
You're welcome, Tom.
he'll say, "Yeah, if you want to stop by, we can try and get you up the hill, but yeah, it'll be up to you to get into the city, and what you do in there is up to you. We move through pretty quick. We don't really stick around anymore. Locals do want us to have us around, but the problem is we're outnumbered at least 2 to 1.
Right.
So there's at least 40 of them, is what I'm saying. Of the scavs.
I'm 40 scabs.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so even with like I got you. So he's basically like, hey, why don't you come join our convoy because we're heading into Boxville.
Well, no, what he's saying is we typically go into Boxville, we move in quick, we don't do convoys. It's basically just going to be a one runner and that's it. And,
I got you.
Quick and quiet, no, relaying that's going to happen, and then, but yeah.
Okay, yeah. So he like pulls up, and as he's getting off the phone with Coomer, he says, "Yeah, I think I found us a way in. We gotta head out to the Badlands to meet up with this guy."
It's it's the nomad formerly known as Coomer.
Which king of Coomers?
He's gonna roll up. He's gonna be like, "Hey, Coomer," and he's gonna be like, "I don't go by that anymore."
Yeah,
It's
he's
actually
now in
very
the
good now.
he's actually in the Coomer protection program.
Oh my god.
So,
Is that protection from Coomers or protection from becoming a Coomer?
You know
Yes.
what?
Both.
Yes, the answer is yes.
All of the above.
so I guess when he gets off the phone with Coomer, he'll go ahead and he'll call his brother.
Jumbo picks up. What's up, bro? Having a fun time out there in the big city?
Yeah, it's been it's been a hell of a time. I'm actually calling because I just got off the phone with one of the Gibsons, and they were asking me if there'd been anything weird going on out by the compound.
No, I haven't noticed anything.
I think he said something about boats.
Yeah, I haven't noticed anything. We got a question like that from the Avocados a couple days ago, and Dakota came by 3 days ago, asking the same question. Yeah, no Wraith activity, not that we've seen.
All right, well, I mean, we did kick their asses and send them packing.
Yeah.
So.
Fuck yeah. That random person in the middle of the summer, or V, I think their name was, helping the Avocados murk them after they captured Saul. Yeah, all that shit.
Well, all right, man. Is everything good over there?
Doing
you guys
great.
doing all right?
Yeah. You
No.
need anything?
No, just wanted to check in on you, see how you're doing,
Well,
make sure everything's okay.
good luck. We got the last packet cash, so yeah, keep it up. You're doing great out there, making
All
the
right,
family proud.
love you.
Love you too.
And then he hangs up, and then he kind of like shoots. He like kind of after he says like "love you" to his brother, he kind of like gives Letty a look, like like it's like back to business. Um, and so everybody gets in the car, and then he starts heading out to where he's going to meet up with the Gibsons.
Okay, so if you folks are rolling out to the spot, is there any kind of garb or gear or anything that you're wanting to change into before you hop into the Mooney wagon and head out that way? And by the way, the Mooney wagon is it's it's definitely a feast for the eyes. Let's say that it's not exactly glorious looking, but it is reliable as fuck. Anybody have any changes to attire, outfit, anything that you want to
I should probably dress down.
Yeah, if y'all need
Nah.
something, we might be able to. Well, how far is the like the Anderson compound from where we're going?
Sure, you're not going to the Anderson compound. You're going to the Gibsons, and they are located.
I'm just trying to think because like if people don't have clothes, we could always swing by the Anderson place and see if they got anything extra for them.
Nah, we still running flak, baby. We're
Um,
still running it.
yeah, Mooney when he went to get his car, he basically kept his nomad clothes in the trunk, which is one of the things he did was change out of his corpo clothes back into his old nomad gear. Although it's kind of funny, like now that he's like put on weight and gotten bigger. Uh, have you ever seen like Endless Waltz?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like the Sandrock custom, like just these gigantic shoulders with like a cloak on.
I pinged it on the map. So the Andersons are located in the middle of the junkyard, and it's basically where the actual like junkyard work happens. Trash from the city is delivered to that kind of central location and kind of moved up the hill from that location, either by trawler or the little AV carriers. It's not going to be a straight drive, obviously. You got to kind of go up and around. But yeah, it's about 10, 15 minutes away, and that's one way. So it'll be an added
I
30
got you.
minutes to your time if you wanted to go to the Gibbs or to the Andersons camp from the Gibsons camp.
Yeah, it just depends on whether or not anybody needs some nomad disguises.
Well,
Um,
Letty has clothes that are not, you know, super flashy.
Vacation clothes.
Yeah. X doesn't look super flashy. Well, it kind of does.
yeah, I do have urban flashwear, but
But
I
you can
also have
it's a reversible jacket.
yeah, yeah. And the only change that I'm making, John, is shuffling a couple of quick hacks around while we're waiting.
Slotting this in, slotting that
Yeah.
out. Foxen's character is gonna stand out. I mean, Redtail's definitely not gonna be somebody you're gonna be able to hide very well.
Synthco can make a lot of friends.
Yeah, exotics
That
are
is
not
true.
exotics are not typically like seen with a large amount of notoriety inside of combat zones. Mainly because I mean, if you are into the process of making yourself look as good as you can imagine, it's not your desire to rush out into a place where bullets are being shot at you all the time. And
Um,
I'm sure that Dolly has some like gear she's okay with getting dirty.
when everybody gets in, Mooney takes a moment and he like kind of hands this big duffel bag back to Kai. Says, "Here, hold on to this for me." And inside is just like a shitload of grenades and the budget arms triple threat.
Ooh. Ooh.
It's all of fucking
Christmas.
all of Reggie's grenades.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh, actually, I have
yeah,
I
throw 'em in
actually
the
have a list
collection.
of those. Hold on, you can add those to it.
Oh my God, it's Christmas! Work perks, baby.
That's funny.
Bag of
Where-
grenades. I like that.
Um, Yeah,
Yeah, hold this bag of explosives in case we get shot at.
the triple threat
Yeah,
is
so
going to
Mooney
remain.
currently has 3 EMP grenades, 4 smoke grenades, 4 AP grenades, and 3 flashbang grenades.
We'd love to see it.
Nice.
Okay, so you drive out that way. As you kind of pull off of the main highway there, I believe it's the 67. I don't remember the name of the road. But as you pull off that road onto the main thoroughfare that leads into the junkyard, you'll notice that after a very short fashion, right as you kind of pass where it kind of cuts off and would head towards Anderson Camp, there are small little posts that have been set up. And inside of those posts, you can see what look like older, like automated Militech turrets. That as they kind of move over you, you see them stop and kind of track. And it doesn't take genius to know you're being kind of watched, surveilled. It also doesn't take. It would take a net runner to understand that someone is operating those in a remote fashion. So they are being handled. They are being net run. Excuse me. As you pull up to the space, you'll see that there is a large setup of old box trucks, like semis, that have been kind of put around in a convoy, like in almost like a horseshoe pattern. And it looks like a number of old shipping containers have also been set up inside of there. There are a couple more of those turrets that I mentioned, and it looks like there's a few folks, maybe 10 or so, kind of milling about inside of the area, inside of the trucks. Looks like they're just cooking something and hanging out, drinking beers. A couple of coolers nearby, like flapped open, and one guy who looks like he's kind of furiously kind of looking at a cyber deck. And as you approach, you'll see a guy kind of get up from the group, kind of walk over. You recognize him, Mooney, as Coomer Jr., or rather Calvin Jr., which is what we'll refer to him moving forward due to Gray Order Station. Offers his hand out to you. These your friends?
Yeah.
Great. Well, your car's probably not going to make it up from here. It's going to be a bit of a hike if you're wanting to make your way in. There is a way for you to move, but it's in a vehicle. It'll be straight through. Not much room for stopping and entering Boxville, so to speak. And you'll want to do it at night.
Okay. So,
But if you're wanting to just walk on up the hill, we can get you up there and we can get you in. But getting out is going to be your own deal.
I'm sorry. So for clarification, this is me out of character.
Uh-huh.
So he's saying we can't take a vehicle.
During the day.
We can take one at night.
And if you take a car at night, you're basically going to be living it out off of the side of Boxville because their route kind of moves away from it, kind of under it technically.
I
And,
got you. So it's like park
just,
outside of Boxville and then sneak in.
Yeah, but it's not outside of Boxville so much to say that it's so far outside of Boxville that no one will notice a car there and be like, hey, free car. So he's saying if you want to leave your car with us, we'll protect it and we'll walk you up there. We can go right now if you wanted to, head into Boxville. Or you can wait till nighttime, drop up there yourself, and hope your car doesn't get taken. Or
And he kind of
And then
turns
fend
back
for
to-
yourself getting back again.
You have to fend for yourself.
this
getting
is
back
like-
anyway, yeah.
this is, I guess, like Letty and X's operation. So he kind of turns back to them. Because, what do you think?
I suppose we could walk. That's fine. I figure we will probably be walking either way.
Better
car
to
is
walk
safe
there
anyway.
than walk all the way back to Night City.
Oh, a quick note too. You're in a junkyard, but the smell in this specific area, all you're kind of getting is notes of like the campfire, and also there's like a. Besides that, there's kind of a smell of ozone present all about.
That makes sense.
Interesting.
You're relatively close to where one of the trawlers broke down and its reactor broke. So, the ozone is basically leakage from its hyperpressurized chew and / nuclear battery.
He kind of Mooney's gaze kind of drifts past Calvin Jr. to like the coolers. He says, "You mind?"
Yeah, go nuts.
He goes and grabs himself a beer while they're kind of
You're
going
not.
over the details and trying to figure out what they want to do.
He says you're not immediate, but you're still family. Both avocados.
And he's like, "Attaboy," and then he like goes to like cheers.
Yeah, he's got like basically the dregs of a Broseph left. And Broseph is the most kind of popular beer for the drinking lads
I'll
in
be right back.
2017. Sure. So planning.
I suppose that we are walking, and don't see why we cannot go now.
Okay, that's fair. Well,
What are you laughing at?
let me. I'm sorry. You said Letty gave Mooney Reggie's grenades.
Yeah,
What is the inventory there?
I put it in the chat. The confiscated grenades are 5 incendiaries and 4 AP grenades.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's 5 and sin. Okay, cool.
Because he used one of the AP grenades.
And he set off a nuke with one.
And he said that was the one he used.
Okay.
And then he got confiscated.
Oh damn, I can't add them to my sheet. Oh well.
It's fine. We have them.
They're listed. I'm not gonna
Somewhere.
not know that you have a bunch of grenades that can be blown up. I mean, that you could blow up stuff with.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna make Kai carry the bag.
I can't wait until we get into the parts of the story. Not, I don't know if you guys will have it, but the parts of a story when I actually use a quick hack called detonate grenade. That's a thing. That's a thing that exists. You
It
fucking
is a
assholes.
Oh no.
It's like show you,
Shut
show you
up.
holding a
I'll
gad
keep
It's
Very
bag.
unfortunately redacted, and despite my request to have access to the redacted quick hacks,
Yeah. No. Cyber psychosis. Fucking no. Okay. So we're leaving during the day. Is that fair to say?
Yeah.
Mhm.
All right. Packing up. Is anybody leaving anything in the car?
If Kai wants to leave the grenades and rocket launcher behind, that's his call.
He's
well,
currently
Jonah
away
stepped
for
away
bit,
for a minute,
so
so.
I guess that means he has to take them.
While we are discussing planning, X would chime in to ask if they'd seen any heavy duty like net architecture hardware or
Sure. No.
stuff come in. No.
So there's one kind of relay. It's a very simple pathfinder. So like from the surveillance turrets outside, kind of leading into that net runner I mentioned, who's kind of sitting around the fire with his deck. He's basically remote tethered to them, so he gets proximity alerts if they see anything, locks onto them, and can basically camera watch them. Pretty simple setup, but efficient.
I was talking more about stuff being delivered into
Oh
Foxville.
no.
If they had seen anything come through, okay.
So no, yeah, they don't get anything kind of in a. The actual entrance to it's on the other side of a hill.
Okay.
You're kind of at the. This is lower elevation, and you can kind of see like there's a bit of a ramp up to kind of the ridge. I believe it's called Red Ridge. This kind of ridge that goes through the north side. I'll show you with a line drawer. Do you see that or no?
Yeah.
Yep.
So that's kind of a higher elevation. You can kind of see it kind
Okay.
of goes up and around. And so this is actually like a dam that's high up, but it just spills down into kind of like a little area here that's in between this kind of higher terrain. And so what you're effectively going to do is you're going to go up to a point where you enter underground. And then Boxville has a number of tunnels and such inside of it because during the earlier portion of this, century, there were a lot of kind of installations that were put underground in a lot of places that weren't technically Night City yet. And now that it's Night City and that's been abandoned, it's been taken over by.
Okay. I was just trying to, again, since the one clue that we have is there's probably a lot of hardware somewhere, seeing if somebody had
Yes.
been purchasing and getting hardware delivered somewhere, since that would narrow our scope. But
it's definitely being moved in through some ulterior move.
okay.
Your best bet or your best guess right now at this point is if it's scavs. Like if there's scavs here, they're probably the ones who came in at about the same time, from the sounds of it, and they're the ones who moved in the materials.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, I guess Mooney won't give Kai all the grenades. He'll keep a few on his person.
Too late. I got all the grenades.
Attaboy.
Takes the back seats.
He was not here for the explanation of
Oh, it's okay. He doesn't need to know.
So,
Red Tail
anybody
is
have
instinctively stay the fuck away from Kai.
does anybody have any questions about their purpose here? Because I just want to make sure you guys understand that it wasn't really planned out, but I'm pretty sure it would have been. So Letty's purpose here is she's the job runner. She also would like the opportunity to talk to this individual to kind of glean information from them physically.
Yeah, it's not going to be guns blazing.
Mooney has done most of his job in arriving here and getting them an entrance in, but he's also here because he's familiar with the interior of Boxville and will be able to help maneuver around. Foxen, Redtail is here because Redtail is able to resuscitate a Nina. So if a Nina Part 3 needs resuscitation, you will be here to do just that. A slightly different individual than you've operated on, but you are very much not sure what the state of the individual you're coming to acquire is, and you need her in the best condition. Hence why you needed a med tech to come along. X, you're here to find them more directly. Obviously, the limitations of Mooney are going to be like physical meat space, and you are looking for someone who is definitely connected to the net. So that will be your purpose. And Dolly's here on a lark. Because she had nothing better to do this afternoon. She's also trying to test out some kind of more gritty clothing that she's trying on, and Crown has to protect her. I believe that's it, right? Is that why everyone's here?
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay. Perfection.
I guess one other thing, Mooney will bring like his tools and stuff in case he needs to work on something.
So we don't need, if we don't need the grenades, like all the grenades, I'm just gonna take like 2 AP grenades.
Yeah, and you would know that grenades are not exactly a precise element. They could be useful, but at the same time, like, you're literally standing on a stack of Jenga blocks. Or you're going to be walking up into a big old stack of Jenga blocks. So a grenade could potentially cause more harm than good.
Yeah, I'll just add two of them to the sheet.
Great.
Okay. Excellent.
Renata. Oh, wait.
All you have to do, Zach, is subscribe, and then you wouldn't get Twitch ads. Anyways,
Can use your Amazon account.
I don't even know if he could hear that.
He's too busy watching an ad for buckets.
With a stupid bank ad because they think he has money. Adorbs. Okay, so you head up and in. You are led by Calvin Jr., and he takes you into the space, but leads you to a point where you're going to be entering in through a tunnel. The tunnel is not actually a tunnel to start with. It looks like what has happened here, construction-wise, is they've basically cored out a large bit of refuse, which is kind of mostly solid material, like old refrigerators, old larger structures. Cars perhaps are in there as well, like old 20 or 2000s cars. And they kind of cored it out and then slid in shipping containers to create a fixed structure, and then kind of let everything settle onto those. So you're walking into a shipping container and continuing on until you get to a point where you're then entering into a concrete tunnel, which is well underneath the junk and in the earth, like it's built into the ground. That makes sense? And that is where Coomer's going to leave you. He says, I will wait here for a little while. You should get some signal once you're clear and through to the center space. And you would know the center space is basically the center of Boxville. It's going to be kind of an upwards tick. But we're remote connected, so if you want to message me and tell me to get out of here, I'll dip out. Um, that'll be fine. But
Um,
I'll wait here for you if something happens on the way up to the center. That way, I'll be here to help support fire down the hall and help you out.
Appreciate it. Yeah, I'll let you know when we get it actually into Boxville.
And another note I want to point out, this is relatively important. He has a kind of crate, not a crate, like a case, rather, on his shoulder. And he's carrying kind of an assault rifle, an Ajax, Militech Ajax assault rifle. And the case he's carrying, once he gets to the top, he kind of pulls it out and sets it up. And if you have weapon tech trained, you would recognize the gun that he's currently setting up as a sniper rifle. And it's also a Resetsu, a Tsunami Arms Resetsu sniper rifle.
A what?
A Resetsu. A Tsunami Arms
yeah.
Resetsu.
Mooney's got
Not
2
the-
ranks of weapons tech.
Isn't that the gun we're looking for?
It is, according to what you understand, was the sniper rifle that shot Nina 1. Core Nina.
Sus.
I love how Chandler says now I'm interested, and then I get the investigator mode. So good. Every time. It's the same gif. It's the same thing.
So you said Mooney sees him like setting that up?
You see him pulling it out and setting it up. Yeah, he's setting it up on a tripod to basically be able to survey the entrance and survey into the tunnel.
He pauses a moment and he kind of points at it. He says, "Where the hell did you get that?"
What do you mean, where we get that?
So I heard those things are kind of hard to find.
Oh, well, hell yeah, they are. But we brought it down from the Aldecado main camp.
Oh, I got you. How long ago was that?
Maybe a month ago? 2 months ago?
Huh.
Basically, soon after we got here, man. Because you know the Gibsons have only been here since, like, September.
I got you. Like, what kind of ammunition you use in that thing?
He kind of gestures through the box and pulls out a cardboard box, kind of holds it open, and you'll see inside there are these kind of carbon rods inside. Yeah, it doesn't shoot regular ammunition. It takes a little while to charge up. That's why I wasn't carrying it on the way up. I was leaving it in the battery pack.
I got you. Well, damn.
It'll last me about an hour or two. If you don't call me
I feel a
before
hell
it
of a
wears
lot
out, I'm
safer
gonna.
knowing you're gonna be watching my ass with that thing.
Well, yeah. I mean, I can see straight down all the way to the end of the corridor, and I can hit anything in the way. And yeah, I'll be all right not hitting you folks. Don't worry about it.
All right, man. Well, you take it easy, and I'll give you a
Once you
call
guys
here
get
in a
the
little
single
bit.
file line, he fires and kills all of you. This game's over. Moving on to the Tuesday game. Wait, Sunday game. They're gonna die also. Okay, just kidding. So he sets up the
JK.
Resetsu, and
I use reflex to dodge it.
it's on a very large mount that he kind of sets out from the case. And it does take him about 5 minutes to do so, but you can kind of hear it active soon after you walk away from him. Yeah,
But we know now that it takes a while to charge.
correct. It is not a weapon that you just pull out and shoot.
Yep.
Yeah, and also the ammunition he was using was not the same kind of round. that
Carbon
we
rods,
found.
probably
But it
carbon
was-
tungsten rods.
Yeah, but it was a rod style.
Yeah, the
The
Resetsu,
one that was shot was just uranium.
depleted uranium. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. This gun could definitely
Which that
shoot
might
that.
be
Mhm.
the ammunition, that depleted uranium. That might be a lead worth digging into some more
Oh
to
yeah.
try and kind of maybe figure out who the shooter is, because that's not exactly
And I will say, like, obviously impact damage. Yours is not fireable again. Like, it's still rod shaped, but it's definitely shorter than the tungsten ones or the carbon tungsten ones he just showed you.
Right. It's obviously been
imagine-
shot.
It hit, it impacted, it kind of cratered inside and kind of like fused itself, its
I
back
mean-
end to its front.
Right.
I imagine that ammunition's probably harder to get a hold of than the gun is.
The uranium, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
The Resetsu is also military grade, but like, yeah, the
Yeah,
ammunition
but
is
I mean,
not.
you've already established that like that particular sniper rifle is like fairly rare.
Yeah, 5 of
Um,
them.
Yeah, so
Total.
that's been established, but then it's like then that ammunition is like a whole nother thing.
Yep.
So
As you're kind of taking the slow walk, if you kind of text, Jumbo to ask the Aldecado family where they got the Resetsu, and then they text you back, by the time you make it to the end of the halt, you get the backstory on the weapon through text. Jumbo relays that apparently a fellow who was hanging out with one of the members of the Aldecado family, her name was V. She left it with her friend Panam, who then passed it over because she was heading south into LA.
interesting. And I guess just like as an afterthought, he says,
And then the other
if you
part of the
hear
text
anything else,
will say, apparently V took it from Dogtown out of the Barg Heist's Crystal Tower.
he says, well, if you hear anything else about any more of these guns floating around, let me know.
Will do. The long backstory of a single firearm you acquire in a video game, and how it got into the hands of a Coomer like me. Coomer like Coomer. It got into the hands of Coomer. Coomer Jr.
I like that it's
Now
like
it's now a
Poor
Coomer
Tom.
family heirloom.
Chandler says, if I had that gun, I'd be a Coomer too.
Coomer family values.
Coomer family values. We love it. So, the smell did change before you went into the tunnel. It then changed again. It was pretty bad smelling. Definitely not the greatest thing. If you've been to kind of not great parts of like larger cities, there's definitely a refuse kind of smell to it.
It smells like Gary.
You ever been to a junkyard? That's also
Mhm.
pretty apt. But you make it into the end of the tunnel, and you move from there to the center of Boxville, which is kind of an upwards ascent through these tunnels, past a number of smaller kind of subsections that are formerly kind of like small office spaces that were built underground. That have been renovated to become small little living spaces for smaller but ultimately not too small groups. Like, you are outnumbered by all of the rooms that you see, but nobody interjects with you. Nobody kind of moves to stop you, and some of them have secure doors that they kind of keep. They'll check as you're kind of moving past, but nobody like is starting a fight with you unless you want to start a fight with them. Once you make it to the city center, the first thing that you can hear, and it's something you probably heard off in the distance when you first entered in, is gunfire. Rapid fire, assault rifle fire, submachine gun fire, just kind of ringing out throughout the space. The center itself is a large grouping of shipping containers and kind of trailers that have been stacked on each other, kind of some of them in like Jenga-like fashion, with interconnecting posts holding them to the ground, and a number of different wires kind of moving throughout. All the wires move towards the center, hence the name, and they seem to connect to a very large box, and connected to that box is a very large column of just tube or wire, like a massive thick wire filled with all those. And it goes further up the hill, and you can actually see where it goes through the buildings, for lack of a better term, and you can see the ass end of one of the shipping trawlers, and it seems to still be aglow with energy, and that wire column and a number of other of these wire columns connect to the back end of that shipping vehicle.
So that vehicle is like what's like a generator on wheels.
Yeah, there's a nuclear reactor inside that's like a clean nuclear reactor. I think it's which one's the one that's the one we don't have that is imaginary and science fiction? Is it fission or fusion?
Fusion.
Fusion.
Fusion is what we have, I thought. Fission is the one
No,
that we
fission's what we have.
Fusion.
Oh, okay,
Fission's
so
what
then
we have,
fusion.
yeah.
It's a fusion reactor. I guess that's right. I don't know anything about nuclear. I know how to say it. It's not
Yeah.
nuclear. Nuclear. It's nuclear.
Yeah, it's not nuclear.
Nuclear. Yeah. I get it mixed up in my brain too sometimes. I just remember.
Nuclear.
Yeah, nuclear.
Nuclear.
Anywho.
Yeah, fusion is what the sun does.
Fair.
Yeah.
The shooting seems to be kind of further into the groupings of these weird structures. And you then hear kind of an explosion, probably a grenade, some asshole trying to finish the fight early. There are people around you. Some of them are kind of just sitting there, like on the ground, looking destitute. There's one woman who is wearing literally nothing with a kind of clear plastic jacket over top, who kind of looks over at you and immediately kind of, reaches into her wrist and pulls out a cigarette, lights it with her thumb, and kind of looks at you, kind of like very haughtily. And there are some people who are kind of looking at you through their windows. Some of the trailer spaces have windows. Some of the shipping containers look like they've had weld cuts kind of shaped out of them, and like bulletproof glass kind of put in the hole and bolted in. It's a very junkyard space, but it looks like everything's built for purpose.
Mooney kind of lights a cigarette and like adjusts his hat and then looks around and he says, "Nice place."
Anybody do anything upon the entry? Like anything that you're wanting to do specifically?
Mooney will message Junior and let him know they made it.
Okay. He'll roll out.
X will be starting to scan around to see if there's
That box.
any connected node from
That
that
box?
shipping container or else.
That box that all the wires go to. That seems to actually be a data fortress, which is old tech. Very old, like 2020s, 2030s, like pre-Neta stuff. But it looks like a lot of net architectures are actually being piped into it, and then it's being funneled into the pipe as well. And your presumption is that they're basically being safeguarded against other people scanning them because of the data fortress, but they're allowed to remote connect to the new net through the shipping container, which maintains a net connection throughout its entire passageway, so that they know where it is aerially. So if it's falling out of the sky, they can try and prevent it. Or not, if it's out in the middle of nowhere. But yeah, so you understand that there's a lot of net architectures that are present running into it. So there's a lot of people in this boxville that are connected to the new net, even though it would seem that they wouldn't be able to. And they're just funneling it through basically like air traffic control.
And is there a way? You said that since it's all funneling in there, it's hard to trace where it's.
Well, it's all funneling in
coming
there,
from.
but each one has, like, you can kind of independently see them. It'll take a little. You're basically looking for a needle in a haystack. Is the best way to kind of describe the term. If you want to spend some time getting after it and looking for her signature, you can.
That is what X will be doing while just kind of walking along with everybody.
And then, is anybody else doing anything in the immediate space?
I'll be looking around just at the people, seeing if I can spot.
That one lady I mentioned, quite a few other folks that look destitute. There are two individuals who look like they're actually doing business. There's one lady who's standing outside of a shipping container that appears to be filled with guns. And she's just kind of standing outside with her arms crossed, looking like a merchant. And then there's another guy who's standing next to a hot dog stand with the wheels on it. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
And he's just sitting there, hanging out. It looks like he's kind of rotating the wieners inside the water there.
Oh, they're not like boiled hot dogs, where they're just like sitting in a pot.
Yeah,
No,
they're in the
they're
water.
like
He's
the
just kind of
gas station
rotating them so
rollers.
they don't sit. Like if you let them sit in the water, it's
okay.
gonna get like gross.
I thought you meant like rotating.
That's
on,
what
like,
makes
a,
it gross.
He's stirring it. He's
on like
stirring
a
it.
grill. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. That makes more sense.
I want a hot
Mooney's
dog.
gonna go buy a hot dog.
You walk over to him and goes, hey, welcome to Boxville. Boxville's finest hot dogs right here. What are you looking for? Are you looking for the pre-pack? Are you looking for that all foods pseudo meat? Or are you looking for some real meat?
I don't like how that guy just said that.
I mean, Mooney is like, he's like, at first, because this is like the Cyberpunk feature, he's like, real meat, that sounds great. But then he's also like, I don't like the way he said that.
Yeah.
He's kind of nodding the whole time as you're thinking about real meat. It looks like you want real meat. You interested in the real meat?
You know, let's do the Whole Foods.
The all foods? All right.
Yeah.
He stirs through, pulls out, relatively decent sized sausage and slaps that onto a bun. What do you want on it?
Let me see.
If
Ketchup,
you
mustard,
want,
and relish.
well, if you want a chili dog, I make the chili with the real meat.
No.
Again, Mooney is intrigued, but also
I'm just
mildly,
He
gonna.
gives you the
mildly disgusted.
he gives you the condiments you said. All right, and then you pass him over 10 eddies.
Yeah.
Deal's a deal.
Yep. Says thanks. Turns around and just starts like eating the shit out of the hot dog.
Tastes great.
Oh, and then he turns back around and says, You got a beer to go with this?"
Sorry, I don't sell drinks. I don't have my liquor license. And as he's saying that, like, and laughing, like a dead body fall, like the other side of the center, like a dead body falls off of like one of the shipping containers, like someone pushed somebody off of the edge.
It's
of
the
other
real
side.
meat.
Yeah, that was like Mooney was like,
If
it's like
you
best
guys
case
kind of,
scenario.
I'm gonna
is
go check the
roadkill.
body.
if you go muster back together, you're going to check the body, but before you kind of get there, a couple of the destitute individuals kind of run over and are already kind of pilfering. Foxen, if you want to go ahead and make me an investigation check, this will determine what you're able to find that they are unable to find as they're pilfering and you are also pilfering. Nobody fights anybody. It's all just kind of a communal, like, picking the gazelle clean kind of situation.
Get out of here. This is my land.
Waste not, want not.
Under education?
Investigation should be under awareness.
This is my cyber leg.
Nope.
Are you sure?
I got concentration, can reveal object, lip reading, perception, and tracking.
What is it under? I know it's in there.
Investigation, you said?
I know it's in there. Yeah, investigation.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not a thing. Perception.
Yeah.
Perception.
Interrogation was the word that I was thinking. But that's different.
Investigation.
That's how I can do criminology.
Perception 19. Okay, so you're able to find, like, as you're kind of going over the individual, something that kind of is not noticed by them because they're kind of going for the body, but you notice kind of off to the side, is it looks like something dropped with him, but nobody really is paying attention to that, and kind of hit, like, on the sidewall and, like, in between the sidewall and, like, some sort of, like, container. You kind of walk over and kind of grab that, and it appears to be, like, a leather attaché, but like faux leather, of course, Cyberpunk. But you kind of maneuver that with you to the other side, kind of opening it up, and inside there's just like a nice cache of eddies, kind of neatly slotted in there.
Nice.
You're not able to count it right away. Eventually, like as you're kind of moving back over to the group, go ahead and make a conceal reveal object if you're wanting to kind of stash that, or keister it, I believe is the term. Obviously, you're not keystering it, but you put it somewhere hidden.
Now, when I went towards the body, I can tell he's dead, right? He's dead.
Yeah, the guy is
There's
dead.
no saving him. He's dead.
The way he hit, you have a perfect description, is he kind of fell, and he was falling like backwards, and then kind of tilted midair so that his head and neck were the first things to hit the ground. So it kind of hit and then just kind of fell flat.
We heard that crack across the top.
Yes. And the shooting's continuing off over that way. X, go ahead and make an interface roll for me while we're at it. And then Dolly and Crown, you're obviously here as well. Everyone else is kind of engaged. Oh, Letty also, if you want to get the real meat. Or if you want to maybe, talk to the lady who's smoking a cigarette or ne'er-do-well. It's just kind of sitting there looking poor.
I do have threat detection on,
Sure.
just in case
Yep.
there's like someone.
Well, there's the clear identifier of somebody shooting guns over there. Grenades have happened. That's definitely a
Yeah.
threat that you're detecting. Everyone else seems to be fine, up until guys come down from the top of the building and are looking at the body, and they start kind of skirting everybody off of the corpse. They have assault rifles and are kind of, pushing their way through to the guy's body. They start searching it, and they're like yelling, "Where the fuck is this case? Where the fuck is this case?" And
Oh shit.
no one seems to know. Then one of the people who was close to the body gets scared and starts running away. They start shooting after him, and then chasing after him into Boxville,
Can
presumably
I like
thinking he took the case.
while they shooting, can I like see what type of guns they got?
Yeah, they got shitty ass copperheads, I believe they're called.
Mm.
Let me double check the name. Yeah, Nakota D5 copperheads. They're very standard, just assault rifle. I'll
Whack.
post it in the chat.
Are there any like guns laying on the street or no?
Wait, hold on. I am posting it here in the thing.
Hmm.
Oh, okay. I understand. That is wild. But focusing back up, for me, yeah, they're wielding Nakota D5 copperheads, very standard issue assault rifles, nothing special, nothing crazy, Tom, X, you're working at it. Like, there's no threats here. There's no problems here. It's not like you can't continue doing it. It's just going to take more time because of your shitty roll, which is a 4 result, by the way.
Red Tail's gonna go and request the real meat.
Okay. Yeah.
Real meat.
The real meat.
So
I'm intrigued by the real meat.
he serves it up as the people scattered and moved away. He kind of goes, yeah, and you see him kind of like looking past you at the corpse. He'll then kind of like handle the business and get you. He says, "You want the chili with the real meat?"
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he gets you the chili dog. Hands that bad boy over, and I'm gonna assume, just based on where you're located and like the business you kind of get into, you've probably tasted human flesh before. Is that a fair assessment? Like you can bite into a dude. Like you've tasted human flesh before, right? You have
Yeah.
power jaws.
Yep.
This isn't flesh of a human person. This does appear to be real, unidentified meat, but certainly not human or pork. Which again, if you are familiar with stories of people having ingested
He said,
human,
You gotta chew a little bit.
it does have a close relationship to pork. I guess would be that like that, but
Never
not
tried it
having a
myself.
lot of real meat, you can't identify the animal. It is not chewy. It is very, very tender. It is like
Not rat. So not
Yeah.
rat meat.
like once you pierce the skin of the sausage, it's very. I'd almost say it's bordering on undercooked.
It's spam.
Could be. Spam is real meat,
That has pork in it. Yeah.
but yeah, it wouldn't taste like spam.
Spam does taste super
Turkey
salty.
spam.
It could be turkey spam. Yeah, that could be it.
Turkey spam. I mean, it does last forever.
How old is Redtail?
What?
How old is Redtail? Age?
32.
But
Just
Yeah,
the baby in
it's
the
something about it
background.
is really nostalgic to your childhood.
Uh-oh.
Bologna.
That's the best way. Bologna would be pork as well, I think.
Oh.
Yeah.
But something about it is very nostalgic to your childhood. You don't know what it is, but yeah.
Unless it's beef bologna.
Beef bologna.
Again, you're no cook, so You're not sure what it is, but it is not human. You know it's not human.
Damn, where's Hungry when you need him?
For sure. Um, that said,
Busy.
you kind of maneuver about the space. Um, double checking. Kai, you are moving. Where were you heading to again? Oh, he's not there. Okay.
Yeah.
I just see Chill.
I was
He
gonna
already went. He's gone.
Yeah.
You missed
Doing
him.
the thing. And what were you doing, Letty?
I was gonna go ahead and talk to the lady in the coat.
She says, "Oh, hey there. How you doing? You
Hello.
Why is everybody so fucking creepy here?
You're all shifty.
looking for a place to stay? Need somewhere to stay here in Boxville? You don't look like a local."
I am not, but you look like someone who may know people.
She finishes her cigarette. She's like, "In the biblical sense, sure, honey, I do."
Oh.
Oh no.
Again, she is wearing nothing besides a
Oh, yeah.
see-through jacket.
Fair.
He's totally a hooker.
But you know,
Hey,
they tend to
that's
have a
rude.
lot of info.
Yeah, she's probably
Good for a lady
Um,
of the night.
yeah, a working girl.
Working girl.
She's a very hardworking girl, clearly. Just like her jacket.
I don't mean this to be
But-
misogynistic, but I just want to make sure I'm putting a head on exactly like what we're identifying here. She does not look like someone that you would pay money to have sex. That's horrible. I can't say she definitely looks like she's older. It looks like she's been exposed to the elements. I mean, like out in the world. Like it looks
She's
like
rugged.
she's
Oh, she
rugged.
probably put some pants on, otherwise.
Right.
Nope. her.
I do not mean that to sound horrible, but it did, didn't it?
A
Terrible
little
person,
bit.
John.
It's okay though.
Canceled.
Happy 25th cancellation, John!
Yay, we did it, folks. We did it.
You're not gonna hurt the fictional hooker's feelings, John.
Fair. The one I just made up just now.
Yeah. Would you happen to know anyone who goes by the name of Beth around here?
No, can't say that I do, hun. You got a picture or something?
We did get a picture.
We did.
I don't know how you will share it with this person, but
I know.
Pull it up on your agent.
Yeah.
she has a brain agent, though, right?
I have a brain agent.
You probably have a data pad
then
or
I-
something in pocket.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Mooney has like a physical agent.
Oh,
You
well,
probably, as a
she'll-
corpo, have like a digital display you can show people because presentations
Oh,
is
okay.
the game.
Fair.
So you show her a
she'll-
picture.
Show her. Yeah.
Oh, I saw her for a while back, just a little bit. Haven't seen her much. She kind of just boxed herself in, pardon the pun. And a lot of folks do that here. They just kind of move in, pay some fees to some folks, and kind of just get to do what they want in their own space without anybody messing around with them.
That is fair. I can appreciate the want to just hide.
I think she was over in, she kind of gestures. If you head that way to the blue section, there was a couple of the tins up there on the rail there. I think she had one of the nice ones with the real windows. Could be over there. Not for
Oh.
sure 100%, but yeah.
Well, thank you for the
Oh shit! I was supposed to do the thing where I'm like really cagey, and I'm not going to tell you what you want to know unless you pay me, and I forgot all about that, honey. Can you pay me anyway?
she'll send her or give her 50 eddies.
She's like, "Oh, stellar! Thank you so much."
You're
I
welcome.
need
Thank
you
you
to
for
drink
the
some
info.
cash.
You should lead with that for the next one, though.
She says, "I didn't even have to get Polly out. That's great."
Good for
You
you.
don't want
Polly.
to know who Polly is.
Polly Pocket.
All right, we're done asking
We're done.
questions
Goodbye.
here.
To the blue section.
Cancel.
Happy
Number
26th cancellation, Jonathan!
twofer.
Whoa!
Now we're just going for the hat trick. All right, let's do it. How do I get
Can
canceled?
we make it to 50?
Little counter in the bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah. New Twitch counter.
He said a thing that wasn't good.
Wait, no, that would be your first Twitch counter.
Oh yeah, true. Okay. So she kind of gives you a vague idea of where the address is.
Yeah. So we'll head towards the blue section at least to see if we can find anyone else.
Mooney, Redtail returns to the group with a hot dog loaded with the chili, and it looks like it's made out of not what you got yours made out of. What was Kai doing in the meantime? You said you were doing something, then you kind of disappeared.
I mean, there's just threat detection, making sure no one's like
No problem.
trying to do some nefarious stuff. And then I mean, yeah, that's pretty much it. Just
I
making sure
mean-
nothing happens.
This is kind of a nefarious place.
That's true. That's true.
So you
It's
kind
just like back in the day, remember Fiona with the detect magic, and it's just
Yeah. Oh my god.
same vibes.
you're
Same
blind
vibes.
now.
You're blind now, yeah.
So
It's just like
you make your way in that
Cast
direction.
detect magic. No, wait.
X, do you stop the process to kind of, because Letty says she thinks she has a lead, do you stop the process or do you hang out with the mainframe?
I'm assuming X would feel like he was not really getting anywhere based on that terrible roll. So if there is a more narrow scope of where to trace, he would probably follow along with her,
Okay.
keeping an eye out for more pings and hits.
And not
If you want
to,
to do your thing, I could always carry you.
just to make sure, was there any interaction that Dahlia wanted to engage in the setup there? I'm assuming not, but if there was anything, if you wanted a hot dog,
chili
or
dog.
Red Tail offers a chili dog. You want one?
it cost you 10 eddies, by the way. Do you pay out of the leather bag?
Don't do it.
Do you pay out of the
It's
leather
bait.
bag?
Bait.
No.
Okay, because you don't know how much is in there. You haven't
I'm gonna
counted.
keep it
yet.
behind. Gonna keep it in.
Just a leather bag filled with euro dollars. Okay. Cool. Then, if that's the case, you maneuver on that way. Tom, you are scanning, keeping an eye out. Still, like it's like a Christmas lights worth of fucking net architectures, all moving through these different little pathways. But you head over in that direction. You see the guy who ran off, Redtail, the guy who got away and was being chased by the two with the assault rifles. And it looks like he's kind of laying against one of the container buildings. Looks like his throat has been slit from ear to ear, and he's just kind of laying there bleeding out. You can actually hear him kind of like choking on his own blood. But you don't see the assailants, the two guys with the assault rifles. They appear to have maneuvered on. But it looks like they caught up to him and did him in because they thought he had the case that you have. It's like a side quest. It's like a side thing that's happening.
Note to self: keep it hidden.
Leather bag, oh money. But yeah, you get to a space and there's not very many net architectures, but you do see a guy kind of standing up, high up on a rail. He's got the typical scav mask. So for you with virtuality up and some of the others, they basically can see with cyber eyes. Basically, if you have cyber eyes, you're seeing him different than people who are looking at him with regular eyes. So he's got like a glowing green buffer in front of his face with a red X that's kind of glowing in between. Those of you who are not looking at him with cyber eyes, he kind of looks like a Eastern European guy with kind of like a weirdish tracksuit. He's smoking a cigar out on the porch in front of a building. That's the one that she seems to have described. So kind of two stacked together, and there's like a broken window on one side. It's very dingy, and also it's not the highest point. Like it's not above it there's air. There are more shipping containers above it, kind of stacked Jenga style, with like bridges kind of networking out from it. So you're kind of in a shaded space here, and like the glow of his cigar is kind of very noticeable in this kind of close to complete darkness, but glowing with the lights from all of these spaces and like street lights. They're not really streets, they're more just kind of dirt and like trash that has been compacted down with like metal grates to like form the ground.
It's a street.
It's a street.
Ish.
Street-ish. But yeah, you can see him up there. He doesn't seem to be looking down at you guys, even though you're walking around like a group, but he seems to be up there. He looks like a scav. Go ahead and give me another interface check, because there's only a couple of options here, X. You're going to kind of see if you can't scan and see if you can't connect with one of these, like, handful of them, and maybe do better than you did when you were connected to the hub. So
No, apparently it's an 8,
yeah,
but that's not great. No, that's
yeah. So your interface should be +2 because of your deck. That doesn't appear.
oh,
to have
and then
been
I also have
included.
a +2 for the perk.
Yeah.
So
Or
I guess it'd be
+1 from
10.
the deck, +2 for the perk. So it should be 9. It's
Okay.
well enough. 7
Okay.
was the goal. Over
Okay,
7 was
thank
the goal.
God.
So
Thank God.
there seems to be a red line traced up to that guy's position, and from what you can tell, it seems that there is a conference, like between individual who goes by Bethany McMahon and SciTech. So this appears to be the corporate account of your Beth, and she seems to be working.
Inside this building?
Yeah, inside the building.
Okay.
With what you notice, though, it seems like she's on autopilot. Like, it's almost as if, like, instead of it being a person doing the work here in this conference, it's almost like the interactions, the engagements, and the activities that are being performed are uniform. They're repetitory. It's almost as if it's pre-programmed. That makes sense?
X will kind of gesture over at that building.
Okay. So
That's where she is.
I want to make sure this is very clear before we get into this. Scavs are not people that are typically reasoned with. They are the assholes of the streets. So I just want to let you know that going into the situation. This is common knowledge amidst cyberpunk folk. They do not care about other people. They look at other people as products that they can take and sell. So just make sure that that is well understood as you see that scav up there. Time out.
Before we make any decisions as to what we're doing, I am curious if I know you mentioned the face thing he has going
Yeah.
on. Do I know what that is? And
Yeah, it's
what it
basically to buffer a person's face out from camera or
Okay.
security vision. If you were to scan lock him, and even if you had like NCPD databases and all of that shit, you wouldn't be able to scan who that guy is because his face is obscured. So it basically is a device that's placed there to obfuscate security. Jonah, why are you in here twice?
now we have more clones.
Clone Wars.
Jonah,
Hello.
why are you in here twice?
I was joining on my phone. I have to step away from my computer and I don't want to miss out. That's why.
All right.
Um,
Well, Foxen, I'm sorry, you're going to just be halfsies for a little bit.
Yay.
Can I pick up whether or not said
Actually,
scav
hold on.
has?
This way? This way.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
hey. Oh, the other way. Hey, I'm back.
Just
Oh, stop
hold
moving.
it right
Oh,
there.
stop it.
Oh no!
Just
Just
hold
getting
it right
flown
there.
around.
I have no choice.
Whoa! Whoa!
Okay, so that's what the scav mask does. It basically just obscures them from detection or scans.
So it's not like an implant. It's like a piece of equipment.
It can be an implant. It can also be kind of like a wreath that's worn around the neck or on the head. It could be like connected to the cyber eyes. There's a number of different versions of the technology. It's mostly kind of bootleg compared to more elegant methods of scan blocking. For example, little did you know, Letty has a scan blocking on her, so she can't be detected as a member of Biotechnica's agency, only by Biotechnica or friendly associated scans. NCPD won't know she's Biotechnica unless she tells them she's Biotechnica, or she's wearing something that very clearly represents that. And the reason why that corporations kind of put large money into that kind of stuff is if something illicit happens, like if she's doing coke off of stolen car or something, then she's not going to be tied back to Biotechnica, and it's going to be fine.
Well, with this party, that specific scenario is not entirely outside the realm of possibility.
I will tell you that the Sunday group, it is way more likely because they are literally planning on doing lines of coke pre-fight. So
Yeah.
Me too.
Um,
I love cocaine. I'm gonna take Joe.
Mooney would kind of maneuver himself to sort
Hold
of
on.
put him.
I was trying to ask something still before we got sidetracked.
Oh.
Does he have a Neuralink? Yes or no?
This gentleman does.
Okay. I would like to try to use Fast Friends on him.
Okay, so let's take a look together at it. Cyber's quick hacks.
Because I specifically swapped out quick hacks so that I could have that option for this situation.
Cool.
Exactly.
So, you're going to need 5 actions to do so against him. He does not currently consider you hostile. Okay. So,
and I have
you tell your group,
yeah, so let's hang back for a second and out of the way to some extent, since I've got a 70 range for quick hacks.
Yeah.
What we decided before.
You see that the eyes go hot. I believe your internal is the one that you're doing it from, right?
Yeah.
Okay. After about 15 seconds or so, the eyes kind of pop unread, and the guy kind of doesn't change his attitude or anything. Nothing changes about him.
Okay. Just makes him more likely to
not be hostile towards you.
Yeah, he won't be hostile towards me, and a better social skill check.
You want to walk over that way?
Yeah. I'll motion for the group to stay back unless there is actual trouble. Hey!
He looks down at you, kind of ashes, and then sees you and goes, "Oh, hey."
Hey, I heard Bethany is in here. I know she's busy, but I got some stuff for her. Bethany? Somebody.
I don't know anybody named Bethany. Kind of shrugs.
Yeah. Do you mind if I head in? I've got a delivery of stuff for somebody in there.
Oh yeah, if you're delivering something, that's fine, I guess.
Yeah.
Go ahead and make a persuasion roll.
Hey, that's the tab that doesn't work on my sheet.
I believe in you.
That's in social, which I sure don't.
Which means you cannot fail.
Son of a
bitch! You cannot fail. If you don't play, you can't fail. Social, I see you. You have persuasion 8. I just hit it. Should have rolled. 13 plus 5 is 18. Yeah, not a problem. Yeah, you can go on in. That's fine. Do you want to go in by yourself at this point?
Do you mind if I have some friends that are bringing some of the stuff? Is it all right if they come in with me, or
do you kind of gesture to the people near you?
Yeah.
He kind of looks at them and goes, "I don't know. If you're just delivering something, you don't need a bunch of friends."
I mean,
you're expecting.
You hear all that? Yeah, but you hear all that gunfire in there. I don't want to be left alone. Or do you have the?
Riggs told me not to let anybody in. You hear
I
another.
assist with the persuasion.
Oh well, you hear another voice, but it's not loud enough for you to hear what it is. But it sounds like a female voice. And he says, "Yeah, sorry, I'm gonna have to tell you to get out of here, man. I'm sorry."
So I can't deliver. I can leave them out here.
Sorry. Then a woman with bright red hair comes out. Looks like she has a bunch of just gaudy jewelry on her fingers. Kind of looks down at you and says, "Fuck off," and then just kind of walks back in. You see her for just a second. Just a bit of a second. But you presume, based on the description of what I just told you, and the fact that he referred to someone as Rings, that she is Rings.
right.
Wonder why.
All right. I mean, when there's a problem because she didn't get her stuff, whatever. All right.
Yeah, she already goes in, and he kind of like is doing like a I'm sorry kind of deal,
Yeah.
and he's not trying to fight for you.
No. All right. I'll head back to the group.
Okay.
Does he have any other cyberware when I'm talking to him, like eyes, anything else that I could potentially exploit at this point?
If you do a quick scan of him, it looks like he has a subdermal grip unit, Neuralink targeting scope in his eye hole, so he's smart gun linked.
Okay. Let me look through my massive list here.
Now, going up to the railing, there are two doors. It looks like there's one the guy is close to, and another one. The other one looks like it has a kind of metal panel that's been kind of knocked over to kind of cover it halfway. So, like, it looks like the door could open, but then there's just going to be this panel kind of at waist level. It's kind of blocking you from going in, but you can, like, look inside. So, like, on the other side, if you open the door, it'd be like, you could serve somebody something, but they couldn't walk in.
All right. I will head back to the group, but as I'm walking away, I will try to use ping on him to see if I can pick up rings and however other many people might be in the building before we have to go in guns blazing, apparently.
Okay. The ping happens. So what you'll note is there are a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 people on the ping that register. One of them is Bethany.
Okay.
Bethany's ping seems to be obscured, though. It seems like proximity is the only reason you got a ping off of her here. If you were further out, maybe not. But you're not able to get much details on any of the individuals that were pinged, except for maybe two that also have a similar signature to Bethany.
Okay. And with ping, apparently they are outlined for me to be able to see through virtuality. So
two inside, right in the first door, not the gate door. Behind the door that's blocked off, there are three of them kind of seated around one another, but you can't tell what they're doing. There's one that appears to be working at some sort of table. Another one that's kind of, the two at the door. And then there's the one guy that I mentioned who's now walking in. The signatures for Bethany and the others, those are the signatures that you're not able to kind of get a full lock on to outline them. It's literally just kind of like a ping that keeps on kind of like maneuvering around, but it's hot enough that you can tell who they are by if you know their name's signature. So Bethany, and then these others that are also kind of strange, not hot pings, but hot enough to register as people.
Head back to the group, and
the guy with the cigar turns around and walks inside. The outside of the building is now completely not defended.
Okay. There are a lot of people in there, and there's something weird with this Beth in there. There's like there might be more of her, or maybe she's not actually in there because it's bouncing around
from
everywhere.
Active pings 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 is the full register of people you can guarantee are hostiles. Beyond that, everything's kind of a mess.
Yeah, there was a side door kind of blocked, but there's three people there. It's gonna be a very hostile situation.
I mean, with scavs being around, that is kind of expected, is it not?
I mean, that's why we got these guys, right?
There.
Does ping also work on like security cameras?
It does. There are none.
Oh, that's good to know.
The net architecture that you're actually relaying it through, what you actually realize, it's Bethany. Bethany is the net architecture.
Okay, so how easy would it be to just sort of like do a circle around the building?
There's no circle around the building. So this is like 4 flights up, like 4 levels up, and there's like stairs that kind of run up the length on the one side, and then right above it there's just Jenga blocks of more stuff connected to the side buildings that were connected. So you're kind of in shadow, right? And there's a basically like a porch or a platform, a balcony. That's the word I want. That's kind of built out from the front doors of these two containers.
Okay, so it's like a multiplex.
Yeah, and then over on the left side of all of this, there is a window, but the window is kind of gritty and grimy and broken and just kind of not like very useful as a look outside window.
Okay, so what I'm looking for is I want to try and find where like the main power goes into that that building that she's in.
Yeah, you can see the wire, but the problem is you know that the wire is made out of a very, very durable material. So you would need to be at the plug source to pull it.
Yeah, like the fuse box.
Yeah, you'd have to go all the way back to the fuse box and pull it, which means you'd be a good 5 minutes to 3 minutes away
No,
from
but is there
the
like an
fighting.
electrical box where it ties into her hab?
Oh, inside of it. Yeah, inside
Oh,
of the
it's
box.
inside?
Yeah.
Okay, that's. Although we do have these fucking grenades.
Well, you don't think that the grenades will actually do anything to the cables. So high string cables like this, they are made to endure like combat. These are things that are supposed to like be out in the battlefield in the middle of corporate wars, like out in the Badlands and whatnot, and are going to take like bombs.
I got you. Yeah, I was just wondering if there was some way I could maybe cut the power to the building and kind of like.
You'd have to go
Flush 'em
back
out.
to the box and pull it there, which means that one person, whoever did that, would be kind of out of the potential repercussions of the power going out.
Yeah, and he's not about to just like leave Letty. Cove would kill him.
Which, by the way, about now you'd get an update. Nina's fine.
Yay! She'll send a confirmation that she got it.
Yay!
Yay! Party popper.
Mm-mm. Okay. Jonah, if you're still around, are you?
Yeah,
What?
man.
Okay.
Guys,
We got two of you in my damn call. You might as well. I'd better damn have at least one Jonah. So just tactical awareness. Your presumption is that the best method for this, based on them being kind of in a canister or a barrel, so to speak, would be to break the door open, breach and clear. If you can
Grenades.
trust.
Yeah, that sounds like the best.
You do not think grenades is a good idea, because if it detonates,
No,
it could
definitely not.
cause rollover, which means that everything would fall on top of you.
Yeah.
true, but we also have smoke grenades, EMP grenades, and flashbangs.
EMP grenades are a possibility. Tom, is there any reason you think an EMP grenade might not be a good idea? Tom's
He's
not
gone.
there.
Yeah, he disappeared.
Okay, so I'll
I
tell
could
you.
Probably answer
Oh,
that.
she knows.
No.
Go ahead. Let's see.
It's a whole ass architecture. That
So she's
that
not.
is Bethany.
She is not jacked to the net. If she goes dead, she dies. Like if you die in
Yeah.
the net, you die in the real world.
Yeah, she is the net.
Right. They are using her as a computer.
Oh damn. Oh, okay. That's kind of fucked up.
Scavs don't care.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
see. I misunderstood what the situation was here, but I
Yes.
see now.
Well,
Oh,
net,
well, that's what we just figured out.
net running's net running's not your thing. You shouldn't know. Like that's
Yeah.
definitely something that Elizabeth, thank you for catching on. And I know Tom also caught on to, but wasn't here to catch
Yeah.
it.
Elaborate on.
To elaborate on it. Yeah.
What
So
about
EMPs are a bad idea.
Yeah.
what about that window? How high is that window?
It's about 40 feet up.
Could we connect to the window via the other buildings?
It would definitely be very precarious at best. It would require a bit of parkour.
What about just
Hardcore,
like
hardcore.
Parkour?
climbing your way up the
I
Yeah,
can
so
do
that's
it.
not a possibility because, again, shipping container. Not a lot to kind of grab onto.
I gotcha.
It's definitely going to require kind of maneuvering onto the other structures and then kind of, like that way through it.
Swinging.
It will definitely be a breach and clear situation on that window. And
Yeah, because I mean, you said there's stairs that lead up there. If there's nobody
yeah,
outside, there's no security camera.
there's two doors. There's no security cameras, so you can kind of go up there, get onto the balcony, get in front of the two doors you want to be in front of, and then as you like.
And there's no way to get to Bethany without like direct connect or something.
So he can connect to her net architecture, but once in there, if he messes with it too much, all they have to do is pull the plug, and that's very much not what you want.
Yeah.
They're not net runners, so once they start seeing things going wrong, it's not going to be a, oh, I got to figure this out with tech support. It's going to be a turn it off and turn it never back on again.
Yeah. It's just a plug pull.
Yeah. She's beneficial while she's beneficial. The second she starts becoming a problem, she's a liability.
Yeah.
All right, so now what? We're here to get her out.
That's what you came here for.
Yep. Okay.
You didn't know it was going to be this kind of situation, but
yeah, Mooney looks at Kai and he kind of shrugs and he says, "How do you want to do this?"
Jonah.
Hold on, I'm trying to fix. Okay. Now there should only
Want
be... Okay.
Do you want us to cover separate exits, or you want me to like follow you in?
Hmm.
There's two doors and a window. There's really not many exits besides that you're aware of.
Yeah, the doors are right next to each other, right?
There could be, yeah, exactly. They're maybe 10 meters apart. So,
yeah, Mooney should cover one door, and then Kai could go in the other door.
Okay, and we're not doing
just to make sure they don't flank us.
Right?
Nah.
So what? Are we gonna breach at the same time, or you want me to just cover the exit in case anybody tries to run?
Oh no, we should definitely breach at the same time.
Okay.
Okay.
So are you moving into position, and if so, is anybody else joining them to be at the door breaching segment?
Stand back.
Yeah.
Before moving into position, Mooney reaches in his bag and gets his ballistic mask on.
Okay.
I do have a question about action economy. If I have both the Constitutional Arms Liberty and the Karambit out, if I'm
What's your rate of
close
fire
enough,
on both of those weapons?
they're both 2.
So you can fire one stab with the karambit. You cannot fire both twice.
All right.
Your rate of fire minimum, whatever the lowest rate of fire is, that is your rate of fire for the attack action. So if you have like a very heavy pistol and a karambit has rate of fire 2, you can't stab and shoot. It's just shoot because the gun takes so much to shoot. Also, it's two-handed, so you'd have to solid snake it. But yeah, the point is the same. Rate of fire, whatever the lowest of the number of weapons you have, you can fire that many times, and you can split it between whatever weapons you have in your hand.
Got you. Okay. All right. Yeah. I just wanted to make sure.
Sure.
All right. That's
Does anybody else want to be at the door breaching segment?
I don't want to be right up on the door, but given my range.
Who's on the left? The door that has the barricade, the block, the cover. Is that Mooney?
I imagine.
I'll go Mooney.
Mooney would prefer if Kai covered the door that the guy went into.
Got it. So you're going to the one that's not accessible normally. Got it.
Okay.
Okay. And then you were saying something, Foxton? You said you're going with Mooney?
Yeah, I'll go with Mooney.
Okay. You got him. You got his back? Dolly, are you crazy and want to start shooting scabs for no reason, or do you want to hold back? Letty's holding back. She's not crazy.
I'd probably be not in the front lines, but I'd be close to Crown.
Got it. That way he doesn't have to worry about you while you're away. You're right there to protect.
Letty's gonna be standing in a corner, like smoking.
He just needs 2 cyber eyes, so one can be this way and the other can be this way.
X, did you spend any luck this session?
Yeah, I spent 3 on that first really terrible interface roll, and I marked it off on there.
Just making sure. Everybody refreshes every session. Okay, so Letty, you're hanging back, so I'm just going to kind of put you over here in the corner. And then,
do I have to put points into bodyguard to use it?
Yeah. And it costs 4 points to use it.
4 points. Okay.
Yeah, and it's
so
all of your combat awareness will be in there.
Yeah, so I'll put my 4 points into bodyguard just in case.
Okay. So
I'm taking off threat detection.
I'm going to relay this is when I show you this, this is going to mean that we are going to the breaching step. Okay.
Mhm.
Understand, you do not see everything upon the breach. I'm just moving us to the map so we understand positional language and we're understanding the initiation of the breach. Okay? So
Okay.
to take in what you want to, but just know that out of character you see it, in character you do not. Okay?
Okay.
Um,
Go ahead
real
before I
quick,
move.
how do I uh how should I be using my Kerenzikov?
The Kerenzikov is always active. And then during one combat, you can make one extra action on a turn and one extra move action on a turn. They can be separate turns, so you can do one action here and then one move action over here. But you just basically say, I'm going to use my Kerenzikov for the combat, for the action here. I'm going to use my Kerenzikov for the move action here. So you can use
Okay,
it turn one and just get two actions, two move actions if you want. Or you could save it until later. It's entirely up to you how do you want to do it.
I gotcha. Yeah, so he's gonna have his so
But
the Tektronica, does that have a charge mode?
you have a Tektronica.
Yeah, Jacob left it in my car.
Hold on. That's under weapons.
Yeah, I've got the RT-46 Buria.
Oh, the Buria. Got it. It's a pistol. So it's a tech revolver. Yes. It currently has 3d6 plus 5 damage. Is that what you have on your sheet?
No, it's 3d6 plus 4 is what I got.
Change it to 5. 4 rounds in the mag. It is a tech very heavy pistol with a rate of fire of 1. It has the charge up special feature, which says as an action you can charge it up, and then when you fire the weapon, it will do 2d6 extra damage. It also has the heavy reload property, which means to reload the Buria, you need two actions to reload it.
Okay.
You can use your Kerenzikov to action reload it immediately on your turn, but you won't be able to do anything else during that turn. But it'll be one turn of reloading instead of 2 turns.
That's fine. So he'll probably have his like his very heavy pistol in one hand and his Buria in the other.
Okay, and I will let you know the charge up is definitely like an audible thing. It's not just it's kind of like a kind of sound. So if you use it outside the door prior to the breach, it might give away the game.
No.
Okay.
I think I know with my Kerenzikov, I think I know how I'm gonna do
I
this.
just need 2 rolls from the breachers before we get started, and I'm moving us over to the map. You should know
I
what the
was
roll is. Go ahead,
still
Tom.
trying. X would try to be in a position where he has hack range on as many of the people as possible, but still some sort of cover, so he's not just
Right
standing
outside
around
the
in the
door.
street.
Yeah,
Okay.
because it's at the 4th level. You have to be up there
Okay.
so you
Oh,
can see
Okay.
in.
I'm gonna change to shadow.
Mooney
Um,
or Mooney or Crown. Which one do you want to stay with, Tom?
I'll stick with Mooney because I know Mooney.
Okay.
I'm gonna change my points to shadow instead, just
Okay.
in case we need to be sneaky.
Yeah, and at
Spent
the
that
start
nice
of a
long time in
combat,
the
you can change
that
it. By the way, so you can
Okay.
stealth
Okay.
mode and then switch to bodyguard at the insistence of the initiative roll. Okay.
Gotcha.
So stealth rolls from both Mooney and Crown, please.
Oh
Under
man.
control.
Okay, that's let me see, what is that? Performance?
Uh,
Oh,
stealth
it's
is
under
under
body.
body.
All right, so this is a +4 because of stealth
Yep.
or shadow. Sorry.
Oof.
Okay.
That's 6
To 10.
plus 4. Yeah.
And Mooney, you got an 18? Okay, cool. So I was looking for a DV8, and we got it. They're not really
Hey.
paying attention. They don't think they're about to be raided or anything. There's no reason for them to be worrisome of X, because it was kind of a fuck off and just some guy. But yeah, at that point, you will be breaching. It is not an action to kick open the door. It will be a move action for Mooney to open his door, because it is on the other side. You kind of have to reach and slide it. It's a security door, but it's not locked. So it's kind of like a sliding door is what I mean. But the one on your side, Kai, you can kick open, and
Okay.
it will kind of boss will open once you do so. So I want
Is
everyone. Go ahead.
is that an action?
Kicking open the door? No, it'll be free because it's
Okay,
it's
cool.
it's presumed to not be locked.
Okay, okay, okay.
Because why would they lock it?
True.
But for Mooney, because there's the panel in front of him, he can't kick open the door because it'd be like a high kick, and also the door doesn't open like the door you're or going through. It
Mm-hmm.
slides. So he'll move action, reach and slide the door, and then can enter in and shoot, and then drop the cover. Make
Gotcha.
sense, Chad? And is that sufficient for you?
Mm-hmm.
And if you want to, you could also Korenzikov move action into there as well if you want to breach fast mode. Okay,
I won't. Oh, sorry.
initiative is what I'm looking for.
I won't be able, or I wouldn't be able, since I have both my weapons out, I wouldn't be able to grapple check, right?
You don't have a hand free, correct?
Okay,
Actually, no,
all right,
fuck
just
that.
make
Yeah, really cool. You can wrap. That's fine.
word.
Yeah, I'm okay
Okay,
with it.
fuck yeah. All right, so I'm always under the effect of +4 for initiative.
And also, when you roll initiative, you can also switch your points in combat awareness to bodyguard.
Do
Okay,
you
all
want
right.
initiative from everyone?
Yeah,
Okay.
because you can
Just wanna
decide to
make
fuck
sure.
off. You're probably right near the stairs, like up on this level, away from gunfire. If
Mhm.
shit kind of comes out, you'll be able to just pop off, a shot. But like,
Mhm.
yeah, you're not rushing in there. Obviously, that'd be dumb.
Yeah, no, 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 no.
Oh fuck, I could have put +4 more onto fucking initiative. Oh shit.
Fucking initiative.
It's at the
It's
very
at the
top.
top, next
No,
to your HP.
do you have the
Oh,
perk that
yes.
says? Did you take that perk, the solo perk?
I did.
Combat sense. You have +4. Go ahead and make sure it's on there.
Yeah.
You're always
No,
considered.
yeah, it's on, but could I have added +4 more?
No,
I mean,
because
it's too late now, but
you can't switch between stealth mode, shadow, to
and
initiative
the
boost. Yeah, and
oh,
you
okay,
can never add any points into it because you're always considered to have max in it because of that
got
perk.
you. Okay, okay. Just making sure. I
No
don't
worries.
want to cheat. Yeah, I just added it directly to the initiative, like on the edit thingy. So it's always that +4 mod. So right now I'm under the effect of shadow, 4 points. But I can change it at the beginning of my turn.
As an action on your turn, you can
Oh, as
change
an
it,
action.
or
Okay.
at the beginning of a combat on your initiative roll. So you're changing it from shadow, which is pre-initiative, rolling initiative,
Mm-hmm.
changing it to bodyguard. Do you understand?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Okay. Bear with me here. We are looking at.
Oh, maybe Redtail can open the door. He's probably got a free hand.
Yeah, if you want.
Open your door.
Redtail, do you want to open the door?
Sure, I'll open the door.
Okay, cool. Then you will not need to open it. So, and Redtail goes before you, so that works. Okay, so there are only 2 people in this room who are cognizant of the fact that they are about to be breached and will not be surprised during the first round and have their initiative skipped. That's due to the low roll on stealth that was rolled by your solo.
That's fine.
Those people will operate normally. So, Rings will get up, move to the center here, and drop behind the the tires that they have set up as a coffee table. And she will pull her piece, and she will ready an action. She is aiming at this door. Okay, Redtail,
Okay.
as a move action, you open the door. You have an action that you can take if you'd like. Do you want to do anything?
I'm about to have measuring tool at. There we go.
Again, whether or not you
How
want
far
to
away
engage
are
in
they?
combat's
Well-
up to you.
No, I'll stay back.
Okay, so you
I'm
move
just
action over
sliding
the
the
door
door.
and slide aside. Mooney, you're up, so it'll take 2 or double movement to get through the first frame because you have to hop over the panel. But your move is unabated otherwise. You see that in the room in front of you, there are 2 women both with kind of similar kind of attire, except that this one appears to be kind of dressed up like a netrunner. Um, and she also has bright red hair, similar to Rings. Um, she doesn't act or anything, though. She seems to be caught unawares.
Okay, so Mooney moves in. He's gonna move. I'm assuming this thing right here is like a
Yeah.
like a big. It's big enough for him to hide behind.
Yeah, it's like a dresser.
Okay, so yeah, he's gonna move there to kind of use that as like a full body cover. But as he moves, I'd say right about here, he's gonna raise his very heavy pistol and shoot. Basically, aim to shoot this one right in the head.
Okay, your aim shot at the head. Got it.
Nice.
Um, so let me see. How many points of luck do I have? 7. Nah. I'll just fucking
Take the
I'll
shot.
just fire.
All right. So 20 minus 8 is 12, and the DV for 0 to 6, which is what you're at, is 13. You spent no luck points. The shot misses
Oh damn.
by 2.
Damn, that sucks because I rolled 3 fucking 6s on that.
Yeah, that would have.
I would have blown her fucking head off.
Yeah.
Um,
And then you'll move into cover.
yeah, and then Karenzikov action. I'm gonna charge the Borea.
Okay. Good play, interplay, by the way, with the charge up. Mooney done. Dolly, you're up. The door has not been opened on your side. Crown is still kind of getting ready to kick it open. You kind of see Mooney kind of shift and drop in, like jumping over the little panelway. Looks like they are moving simultaneously, but like within that same 1.5 second beat, really. So, is there anything you want to do, or just hold?
Can I basically ready, like as soon as he kicks down the door, I want to just like
Shoot
guns
the first
a-blazing.
non
Yeah.
your
Oh, yeah.
guy's person. Got
Yep.
it. Okay, perfect. It'll go to the scaff who got shot at. She is completely unawares. She kind of ducks down, barely misses her. She's kind of like scared. She's not acting. It'll go to Kai.
All right, Kai, free action, bust down that door, bang, bang,
Okay.
and then
These two guys look pretty
Oh.
similar that you first
Okay.
enter into. Armaments appear to be handguns.
got you. Switching to bodyguard, by the way, 4 points. And
The initiative
then
roll, yeah, I got you.
can I? So grappling that's one ROF, right?
No. Grapple
It's not. Oh,
To grab is your
that's the
action.
full action. Oh, poopy doopy. I'll do it. Fuck it. I'll grapple this guy, or I'll attempt to anyway.
Okay.
I'm gonna spend 4 luck just to make sure.
He is unawares, so hold on. Going to grab. Grab and hold someone as an action. Take an object they are carrying or escape a grapple. Check out the combat system, page 177. Grab. Alright, so you're going to make a brawling skill check, unless you have a replacement perk.
The replacement? No, I don't have.
Yeah, there are
replacement.
perks that will replace the skills you use for certain actions. Like there's a
No.
martial arts one that lets you grab with martial arts instead, etc. I made them up.
No, I don't. I didn't take. I took flurry
Okay.
and
Then brawling it is. Go ahead and make a brawling roll, and it's going to be contested by this idiot.
okay.
We prefer the term gonk, John.
This gonk.
All right, 13 plus 4.
Alright, so you got a hold of him. Basically, you rush in, weapons out, you kind of rush forward, kind of push him with your elbow, kind of shoulder check him a bit as well,
Yeah.
and then kind of wrap your arm around him, grabbing him from behind and twisting him so that he's in front of you. And you
Yeah,
kind of like,
can I?
just for flavor, kind of put the gun to his back.
Look, yeah. Can I turn him, like,
You're using him as a human
towards
shield.
this way?
I
Yeah.
get you. I understand.
Yeah. Can I
what's
turn him towards this way?
Yeah,
So-
that's absolutely fine.
okay.
Okay.
And then that's it, right?
So that will actually trigger a response. The door opens. Dolly, I would say LOS to this guy is pretty clear. The ones in the back, not so much. So you'd probably first ticket item shoot this asshole. And since you said you're just shooting, it'll be center of mass. Go ahead and just throw your hand cannon attack.
Alright.
18, that's perfect. That'll hit. It doesn't do a lot of damage, unfortunately. Pretty bad roll on the damage there. It will ablate his armor once, though. It looks like he's wearing Kevlar. Kevlar, for those who aren't aware, is a 7 SP to start, so it's probably down to a 6 at this point. Okay?
So after that action goes off, can I move still or no?
Yeah.
Okay, I
I
want to
assumed you were going
move.
to corner it, though. Why would you move in?
Oh, well, I wanted to move in front of the door. That way they can't shoot Dolly.
Oh, yeah, perfect.
Yeah, I want to move like right
So
here.
he's going to kind of go this way.
Yeah.
And you're trying to kind of interject or interpose him in between his friend and also the people out back.
Yeah.
Got it.
That's it. That's it.
Yeah, you do. Punk ass.
The next one.
Punk ass, took my chips. Took my chips. What's wrong with you? Those are my chips. They got
I
your name on
unfortunately
them.
did not mean to put this one on there. That is a dead body. She should actually be on the map level. That's interesting.
That was funny. I did see that, and I was like,
Yeah.
"What's that
I
person's
was
deal?"
wondering who that was.
The guy who you have grabbed, he is going to use his action to attempt to get out of the grab, which means you're just going to roll another contested dex brawling. I got a 13. I need you to roll a 12 or less for me to get out.
14.
Did not. So he struggles with you as his action, and he can't get out of the grab. He will also, as a free action, he will draw the very heavy pistol he had on him. So he's kind of like grabbing your arm here and kind of trying to wrench it free, and he kind of feels the gun in his back, kind of pulls his pistol out, and is trying to get it up and probably over his shoulder. He's not shooting this turn; it'll be next turn.
Just gonna tell him I got you tight.
I got you tight. Okay, so X, your door's open. You're kind of looking down the line there. You see the woman who appears to be wearing kind of like garbled Netrunner garb. This is her here. And then you can see that one of them did clearly move behind a cover. This lady is still kind of confused. What would you like to do?
I would like to try to drop overheat on the one that went into cover.
Okay. All right, so actions for overheat is 1 action for upload?
Yes.
Okay, so then it is uploaded on your action. She is overheating. I'll go ahead and signify that with this. And so at the start of her turn, she'll take a d6 damage. Roll a d6. The duration will be 7 rounds, unless she uses an action to interpose somehow. Oh wait, hold on. You have to roll interface. Sorry, you gotta hit. You have to hit a DV. It's 7. She has EMP threading, so it'll be a DV9.
Okay, can't wait to fail again. All right, let's see.
You need a 10 or better. With a +8. You're fine.
She's super on fire.
Yep. Okay.
And then with that,
stay in cover, right?
Yeah.
Anything else?
No, that'll be it for
Okay,
the
great.
moment.
Letty, you are hanging back. Not an idiot, right? Baby cat, I told you know about this.
No printing.
I am not a baby cat. I am not getting involved.
You are not a baby cat. You should not jump
Not
on
a baby
things
cat.
that could possibly do a harms. Okay. That's it for Letty. Solid turn. It'll go to the other guard up front. He is surprised he's not acting. And then last but not least, it'll go to the surgeon, who
So he's gonna shoot his friend.
reaches over towards the counter and extracts a gold-bladed katana from the that looks like from this like table full of tools. He will then move his movement, which is a total of 6 squares.
Nice.
He will then activate his Sandevistan as his
Oh,
action.
shit.
He will get a second move action on this turn, and he will move here, and he will attack. You can make an evasion roll, but as you are grappling a target, you have a -2 penalty to all checks. So go ahead and make your evasion roll. I got a 17 on my first katana attack.
Okay. It's evasion.
Katana versus Karambit.
Is that okay? Yeah, that's fighting. Okay.
So you need a... Okay, so that'll be
12.
unsuccessful. So the first katana will hit you. Your armor is heavy flak, right? You have a 15?
Just flak. Yeah, 15.
15.
Yeah.
Okay, so then I'm just going to ablate you once. Unfortunately,
Nice.
I did not get higher than 7 on my 3d6 of damage. Second attack.
Okay.
I got
I'll
a
try to evade
13. Go ahead and make an evasion. You have a -2, remember. So
Well,
that will fail as well. Let me check here and make sure that that's actually rolling. Okay, yeah, you rolled a 2 on both dice. Okay, cool.
yeah.
Not great.
I also get like a -4 because
No, that's
it's
included.
reflex.
The dex
Okay.
is already penalized.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah,
Okay.
the second attack will actually do some damage and get through.
No.
So your half armor at 14 will be 7. I did a total of 11, so that means you will take 7 minus 11 is a number that I am aware of because I am really smart.
Number.
It is 4. You take 4 damage, and your armor ablates again in the body. So you have you have 13 SP on the body armor.
1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know if it did it correctly. It should. Yeah. Okay. And then ablate 4.
Ablate 2 total. So
2.
it should be
Okay.
13 value in the body.
Yeah. Got it. Okay.
All right. The other guy's not acting. Rather, the other lady, she's not acting, and neither is the dude who was smoking a cigar, which is this guy. Okay. Back to the
Cow
top.
just gets hit. He's like, ah, you dickhead.
D6.
For the overheat damage?
Yep.
So, alright. Wow. Sweet.
Okay.
Damn.
I mean, it is direct damage, so there's at least that.
She will move. And as she's moving, she's going to take a shot at Mooney. You would have cover. Do you have evasion? Reflex 8?
Yeah.
Go ahead and make an evasion roll for me real quick.
Fighting?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's underfighting.
Okay. So she will be able to get the shot off and hit you. It will be for,
He's got wide armor jack.
3d6 to the body, so it's going to be a total of 7, which means that it does not get through the armor, but it will ablate it 1.
Okay.
And out of character, I'm pretty sure the rules typically say, and I'm pretty sure I prefaced this at the very beginning, but yeah, hits are going to remove armor, so it's more realistic. I don't think armor should last forever, if that's the way it's supposed to be. It's the way we were doing it back in older stuff.
John, so I have this, the payback perk. Could I hit him back with the brawling?
He made a melee weapon attack against you.
Yeah.
You're gonna hit him with a. You're gonna hit a dude with another dude.
Yeah.
Remember, you have a -2 penalty to your attack, so 13.
13.
And I have evasion. I got a 17. I'm okay.
Damn.
So basically, he kind of comes in. You try and catch the blade with the karambit, but it kind of hits the side of it, cuts your arm, but the armor's fine. Then he kind of spins it around and brings it towards the chest. You're not able to get the karambit up quick enough, and then you kind of swing your fist into him, and he kind of just jumps back. As you can tell, he's kind of moving with slight tracer, like in your mentality. Like you understand he's under the effects of speed whip.
He's so nimble.
Okay. So she pops up, she shoots her one shot with her heavy pistol there, and she hit you in the chest for 7. You took your ablation, Mooney, and then when she gets to this position, she is going to not shoot. Yeah, she will shoot. Fuck that. She's going to shoot at Kai. You can. Do you have reflex 8 or better?
Yes, I have 8.
Okay, go ahead and make a evasion roll.
Now, is this to move this dude in the way?
Oh no,
Or
sorry,
just
you have
to-
a shield already, so yeah, it's just gonna hit him.
Okay, nice. I like it.
Cool. So yeah, because it acts as a shield, so it's auto cover. So he takes some damage as the bullet squares into his chest. You're pretty sure that the body armor he's wearing is even more weak.
Nice.
Okay, that's her turn. Red Tail, you're up.
Let's see. Well, everyone left this room, I guess, so.
Combat medic, we love it.
Combat medic. Let's go,
Coom. Bat medic. Baby cat. Stop. Okay. we doing? If you need
Time
help,
for measurements. I'm coming. I'm just gonna pop out of cover and take a shot, I guess.
okay. Are you shooting the
bitch.
Netrunner? Okay.
Yeah.
Are you shooting for the body or the head?
Body.
Okay. Or anything else? Aim shots or aim shots?
No.
Okay. Center mass.
Yada.
Bam. You are at a distance of 7 to 12, I think, so that'll work. She does not have reflex high enough. If it's the body, she takes 12, which means 7 minus that is 5. She'll take 5 real damage. And did you roll doubles at all? No, you did not. Or double sixes. Got it. So she is down 5, and her armor is a 6. Okay. That weapon has a rate of fire of
1, so.
yeah. You can charge it up in rate of fire 3 hit. Got it. Then you're done.
Back cover.
Mooney.
Boom, 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 boom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, I'll just go right here, just so I don't have to worry about any cover. He literally just like scoots across the room, puts the barrier right to her head, and pulls the trigger.
Okay.
You just ran right past these ladies.
And I'm gonna throw. I'm gonna throw 3 points of luck on this one because I really don't want to miss.
Throw it.
Bang.
I already rolled
Yeah,
my
if you miss
evasion.
with it pointing to her head, it's fucking XCOM over there.
She does have high reflexes, so she will be able to evade the gunshot.
So that is a 23.
23 will hit, unfortunately.
And what is the extra damage for the charge up?
2d6.
No, baby. Double sixes. Damn.
No sixes. Okay, so 18 to the head, doubling the excess. So she has subdermal 7. So that would be 18 minus 7 is 11. 11 doubles 22. So she's down 23 hit points
Nice.
total. Okay.
So let me see here. That was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points of movement. I still have 2 left. And I'm just going to use my extra Korenzikov move to just zip back across the room, right back to where I was.
Nice.
That's what I imagine how this looks. It is.
Okay. And that is it, right?
Yeah, that's it for me.
All right. Dolly, you are up. Looking at the situation inside the room. There's a guy with a sword beating the crap out of Crown. Crown has a guy and is using him as a shield against gunfire from inside the room. And then there's another guy in here who's also prepared to fight that you shot once and didn't damage because his armor.
I'm kind of gonna be like behind Crown, like as a barrier almost, for any incoming like bullets. And then I will go ahead and take out. I'll try and take out the other gunner.
Okay. Keep on shooting on him. Okay. Go ahead and throw it.
Bang, bang.
That will work. And that will get past his 6 armor, so he'll take 3 real damage. And he will ablate armor again. Okay. And that is a rate of fire of 2. So you can go ahead and shoot again.
Oh, sick.
That'll work.
Ooh.
The damage isn't insanely stellar, but it is enough to put 1 into him. Well, no, actually, it's exactly enough to just do ablation. 5 is exactly what he had on his armor. So he ablates again. His armor's shredded in the chest. Go ahead, Chad, quickly.
The Buria had armor-piercing ammo.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
It ablates twice. Which means her head has 5 armor remaining. Got it. So Dolly, anything else? You want to pop back into cover? Or stay right behind Kai? Stephanie.
Oh, sorry. I'll just stay. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Next up is the lady that you rush past. She is going to step forward. Her hands drop to the side, and you watch as blades kind of extend out of her fingertips. She is going to make rate of fire two attacks. So go ahead and give me 2 evasion rolls, Mooney.
Evade.
So she leads with her left with a and kind of slashes at you. She tears into your chest armor and slashes through the wooden dresser quite a bit, like leaving a perfect line of 4 slashes through it. And then she kind of stabs forward with her right hand right into your chest. The first amount of damage that you take from the initial slash, your armor in the chest is currently 10, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it'll be halved for melee weapons, which means that I will be putting in 6 damage to the chest for realsies. And
Okay.
your armor will ablate 1 more. And then the second attack, round up, so 5 still on the halving. It'll be 2 real damage that gets through, and then 1 more ablation. No
Okay,
double
so
sixes.
I'm sorry, you said the first one it ablated once or twice?
Still just a single ablation. It'll be a total of 2 ablations. So it was at 10, it'll go down to 8. And there's a total of 7 damage. And that's her turn.
Mooney's still looking great.
Yeah, so she slashes across your chest and kind of stabs at you in the shoulder. But yeah, she did also swipe a bit of the cover as well. Okay.
It's fine. Her head's gonna disappear.
Kai.
All right. Let me know if I can do this. I want to use 1 ROF to shoot, then and then I want to try to stab the dude with the
Karambit.
the katana. Is that okay?
Yeah, so you can shoot. Like, so you've got, okay, so right now you've got the arm with the gun, right? Who are you shooting at?
I wanted to shoot this guy, the same guy that.
So, easy method, ready? So you kind of press the ring of the karambit underneath his arm, and kind of push him aside so he spins, and you're kind of turning your back towards the guy with the katana, so that your gun that's still in the hand that's holding him shoots at the dude who's free. So go ahead and make your gun attack, -2 to your attack rolls.
Alright, let me do this.
And then while you're doing that, you're spinning the karambit so it's ice pick grip, and you're bringing it around to stab into the katana wielder. That hits.
So I got a 19.
That'll damage. He is going to take 5 of it.
Nice. Alright, and then I'm going to try
armor
to.
will ablate 1 more. And then
I'm gonna
karambit
try
attack
to hit
against
the
him.
dude.
He's evading. I got a 11 on my evasion roll.
19.
That'll work.
-2.
So his armor in the chest is non-existent, so he'll take 4 damage. Yeah, this guy's just wearing a trench coat and a weird mask.
So, okay.
Well,
now, it does have
lab
brutal.
Brutal, it states when you roll damage with the weapon, you inflict a critical injury when you roll 1-6. You did not roll a 6.
Gotcha. Okay.
Because it
and
only
then...
rolls 1 dice.
Gotcha. I'm gonna keep the guy in the same spot, and I'm just gonna get ready for the next round
Perfect.
of attacks.
Okay, so the guy there that you're holding, he's got a gun. He's going to try and like lift it over his shoulder and kind of shoot you. He's aim shot the head, so he's a -8, -2 because he is grappled. And he's got a rate of fire with his medium pistol of 2. So the first one, it hits.
Did you hit?
It hits.
Jesus.
Your armor on your head is a 15, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't get through the armor. I didn't roll double 6s, so it bounces off of your helmet, but it'll ablate the helmet by 1. And then the second shot is a fucking huge miss. I rolled a 10 and I got a 10 on the critical, so it was.
Good shit.
Hold on, sorry. Roll evasion. You can roll evasion to try and dodge it. My total result is 24.
24? Oof.
Yeah.
I don't know if I could dodge that. I'll try it.
Yeah, or sorry, no, 22. I forgot the penalty. Of
I got 15
grappling.
or 14. It
Yeah, so
hits.
he hit the head. It does 1 ablation on the armor of the head, and then the second shot is just wide as fuck because I got a
Ding.
12. Yeah,
It's hard to control the recoil when you're like this.
12 before the penalties. Okay, so then it goes to X.
With the ping,
You currently
Sorry,
have the ping would have dismayed because how many can you?
I can have 3.
3 quick hacks. Okay. So then you have 2 currently active: ping and
Yes.
overheat.
From the ping, can I tell what's going on over there with Katana Dude and...
You're not able to see your allies unless they let you connect to their uh, agents. But yeah, you definitely see that there's a fight happening over there.
Okay. Does I'm assuming I can tell at least that there's some Katana Dude swinging wildly at people over there. Does he have cyber eyes?
He does.
1 or 2?
Does.
I'm gonna start uploading reboot optics on him.
Action 1. And
Fuck
takes
yeah.
how many for reboot optics?
It
3?
is 3, but I have a perk to reduce it by 1, so it'll be 2. So
Okay,
it'll
so
finish
next turn
on my
it'll
next
finish.
action.
Go ahead and roll your interface now, because it fails on the onset, not at the end
Yeah.
of the action economy. That'd be rude.
11 because of the +2.
Yeah, he doesn't have any special mods, so he doesn't have EMP threading or anything. So
Yeah.
it was a DB of 7. He's boned. Okay. Okay, Letty. It seems to be going swimmingly, at least in the first couple seconds. Just hanging back. I don't know if Letty smokes, but this would definitely be the time to do it. I think if she were a smoker.
I thought you just smoking a cigarette, looking at her.
She
neck.
probably has like, I feel like she would have like a, like a little pack that she once in a while.
For times like this, where she's not rushing in
Yeah.
and trying to get her ass handed
She might
to
be
her
like kind of scanning emails.
by an Addams Family ganger. Violetta done, not doing anything smooth. So the other guy with the gun, he is going to see the situation. He's got his pistol out, and he's going to try and maneuver close. And
Oh,
he is
shit.
going to try and point blank shot shoot. Actually, he's going to try and shoot it. The situation as it stands, you're heavily armored. She's not. He's going to try and shoot a dolly.
Bodyguard.
Okay. And go ahead and read that off for everybody so we understand the mechanic. Bodyguard is a
down, Mr.
new
President.
combat awareness technique.
Protect the
So,
president.
combat awareness bodyguard. You're trained to jump in front of a bullet to take one for the team. For 4 points, you can make yourself the target of any attack targeting a friendly target within 2 meters / yards of you.
Yep.
You cannot dodge a range attack if you use this ability.
So, perfection. He has to roll against the regular handgun chart. And I rolled a 17, which is more than
that
enough.
hits.
It's going to the body. It's a. These guys had. What did I say? Oh, they had. I guess that early on I said they had heavy pistols. They don't. They have medium pistols. Regardless, 2 shots. So the second one will be higher than a 13. So
Bang,
both will
bang.
hit the chest. Neither
Okay.
is going to get past. You have 15 in the chest right now, or 13.
13.
Okay. One will get through because the first one ablates. It'll drop it to 12, but does nothing
Okay.
else. The second one will go over by 1 and then ablate. So you have
Oh.
armor in the body of 11, and you
yeah.
have 2 down. So or 1 down, 1 hit point down.
1 hit point down? Okay.
Yep.
Got it. 1 down. Okay.
Wait, hold on.
Fuck yeah. Bodyguard, baby.
Oh, that was 12. Oh, that was double sixes.
Ooh.
Oh, hold on. Take 5 more damage.
HP?
Oh.
Because it's a critical
Okay.
injury when I roll double.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
And
Okay.
this is going to be a critical injury to the body.
Oh no.
So he shoots you in the arm. So you're
Not
going
my
to
arm.
drop. Roll a d6. 1, 2, 3
Not the
left
arm.
with a pistol. 4, 5, 6. It's going to be the karambit. So he shoots you. It kind of gets over his friend and kind of catches you in the right arm. And you drop the karambit.
Damn.
If it hit the other one, I'd say you drop him and the guy and the gun you're holding.
Okay. So I'm still holding him though.
Yeah, you're still grappling. You
Yes.
just lost.
Okay.
You just lost the karambit from your right arm, and your arm is
Damn.
broken now.
No.
Jonah, what is it with you and losing your arm?
I don't know. Well, just unlucky.
The katana wielder is going to attack. Go ahead and make your evasion rolls. I'm going to say because your armor is pretty much shredded. I'm going to be nice here. I'm going to say that you'll have your base reflex or base dexterity. You won't be penalized.
Hey. Nice. Okay. So that's like
Go ahead and make
plus 4 to
plus 4. Yeah. Go
everyone?
ahead and make an evasion roll.
Okay.
And make 2. Sorry,
Okay.
I'm attacking you twice.
Make 2? Okay.
Yep.
Ooh,
Oh
that's
no,
not
I'm
hitting.
attacking you 4 times. I forgot. San Deviston. This is the last round.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, shit.
Okay.
So give me 2.
Alright, so the
3
first
more.
one misses. Plus 4 to
It also
that.
misses.
Misses, okay. Oh, no.
That one will hit.
Okay, and then
That'll miss.
plus 4 to that.
So the
Okay,
one that
cool, cool,
hits, I'm gonna roll the damage.
cool. It's -3, right?
It's -3 plus 4. It's 15.
Okay.
No,
okay.
I'm bad at math. 11
No, no,
minus
no.
3 is 8. Plus 4 is 12.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I got a
okay.
14 on that one, so I knew
Yeah,
that
yeah,
was going to be
that
11.
is.
And then I'm rolling my damage for my heavy weapon, 3d6.
Okay.
I did not get double sixes.
Thank
so lucky
God.
you, but I did get a total of 9. Your armor in the body is currently what?
11.
So I do not get through. I'll ablate it one more time. So you're at 10 in the body.
Nice. Okay.
You're tanking. You're doing your job.
I'm doing it.
The Netrunner will, and I want to clarify this for certain. Tom, are you connected to everybody so that you can see them in virtuality?
If they would allow me to, yes.
Is anybody in the team going to resist the Netrunner doing that?
Are we like
No,
we're aware that it's him, right? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
This is
Mooney
going to be
definitely
bad
The
because the other
cheeseburger.
Netrunner is about to do shit, but
I don't
I mean,
have.
Red Tail says no.
I don't have any cyberware. I just have my
And you can't-
agent.
The agent can connect, so that would be the ping location.
Yeah, I just have my agent. I don't
It
have
allows
any
him
cyberware.
it allows him to see you and be able to call out where you're located and what's happening to you. If you have a bio monitor, he can also connect to that and know what your hit point totals are and stuff.
I
might
don't
need
have
to
that.
invest in one of those.
Yeah.
I mean, Mooney knows that X has gone 2-0 with the Reaper, so he trusts him.
Yeah, if a Reaper gets inside of you, he's going to be able to get it. Be 3-0. That's just
Reaper
I can
can't
see
get
that Letty's
inside
doing
me.
great.
Okay. So focusing on, if that's the case, then she is going to, looking at Mooney, she's going to upload a quick hack, and you will know on your side, Netrunner, what the quick hack is immediately upon the initiation and how long it will take.
Mooney has EMP threading. He also
Plus
has a
2.
self ice.
He also has stealth ice. Okay, are you going to utilize the stealth ice?
Yes.
Okay, so the stealth ice immediately disables a quick hack once it's used. So instead of a roll situation, it immediately just terminates it. Actually,
Hey John, I have a sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
no, it's okay.
So I do have the Serpentine perk. So
Yeah.
I don't. Did that no? Because it wasn't my turn, right?
Right.
That wouldn't count.
So
Okay.
if you saw how Jonah used the ability, like after he got attacked, he punched them back. Like if somebody tried to do that shit on you, you'd say no thanks.
Okay.
You can't attack
Yeah,
me. It automatically misses. So
I'm gonna
Gotcha.
punch him.
Yeah.
I'm gonna punch him.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
remember
I
your
only
turn.
have one arm. I can't punch him. Fuck.
yeah, well,
Um,
you can still punch him. You can kick him. It's on our
Okay.
brawling attacks can be whatever. You can use your
it's
head.
all in the mind.
So I have a question
Big
though.
punches.
Will it be normal now that my armor is like shredded to shit?
Yeah, that's fine, but you still have a -2 because you're grappling a guy.
That's fine. That's fine. I'm just gonna try to kick him in the shins or something.
Okay. He does
So
not evade.
-2 plus
And you're
4.
doing it against the
sword
against
guy.
scalpel. Okay, cool. Damage.
Kick his legs out from under him.
Your body is what?
Wait.
Body.
Yeah. Is it? It's
Up at the
it
top,
gets a
what's your
minus-
body value?
It says 7, but it has an 11 next to it.
Did you get any body modifications to raise it to an 11?
I did. I got the
Yeah,
2.
then it's an 11. Okay, so 4d6.
Okay.
Roll 4d6.
Okay. All right. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Hold on.
I'm only rushing a little bit because it's 9:50 and I kind of want to get it to a median
18.
point. Okay, that floors him.
That floors him?
Yeah, you basically like
Holy
you
shit.
get shot in the arm. The karambit flies to the side, kind of like a cling, 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 as it throws against the tile. Some shooting happens at Dolly. You kind of take the shot, and then you can hear the kerfuffle of the fighting happening all around you, and then you kind of just reach out and just kick, like just lean forward and kick that guy in the chest. You feel his chest deflate underneath your boot, and him slam into the ice vending machine there on the side.
Nice.
Metal as fuck.
Baby cat, stop it, okay? He's not wearing armor. It wasn't a smart move on his part.
Gotcha.
He also wasn't a very large guy. He's the Ripper dog.
Yeah.
He just thought he could hit you with his melee weapon and kill you.
I mean, he tried.
It's a very good katana. We'll talk about it after.
He fucked around and found out.
Well, I guess I don't have to worry about the reboot optics now.
Okay.
You could take his son Devastate.
So, yeah, it is a standard grade Sand Devastate. You could rip it out, but you need a med tech to be able to pull it out clean. Stop
Gotcha.
it.
Kitten, no.
Baby cat.
Is it the soupy baby?
It is the soupiest of babies. Nalen's actually not in a great state right now.
Oh, okay.
He got a toothy.
Bad tooth.
He got a bad toothy.
Aw.
Is he getting it pulled?
Tuesday. Yeah, we gotta wait till Tuesday. So.
Me too, Nayland. Me too. I got
Poor
a bad
guy.
tooth.
He's also a smoker.
Hmm.
Shibby just doesn't learn, and I'm gonna have to just kill him, I guess. Not kill the baby. I will not do it.
No.
Okay, so the Netrunner, like I was saying, is going to. Yep, already did the thing. Mooney, self-ice, block. But I want to make sure we handle this correctly because I don't want to fuck it up. Because it's self-ice is supposed to be very powerful. And the way I just said it, it's not as powerful as we would like. So. Sorry for the boops and the beeps. So it's a Rostovik self-ice, correct? Quick hack countermeasure nullifies the effects of a single quick hack targeting the user in response to it being applied. It has not been applied. So that means
I was
that
going to ask if
she has to get through your EMP threading first.
Okay.
And the EMP threading adds +2, and your difficulty value is 7, which means she needs to roll a 10 or better, which she succeeds. It has not applied yet because she is still uploading it, which means she has to wait for the upload to finish, and then you just tell her no. Do you remember? Did you watch Edgerunners? No? Anybody here watch
I
Edgerunners? How did everybody
Yes.
move around? How did
Not
that
great.
happen?
Yeah,
I think
okay.
it was 'cause
Oh
of-
shit.
I'm moody
It was
now.
probably
Woo.
when Jonah came back.
Fucking Jonah.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, you said she succeeded?
She
Yeah, but it
succeeded,
didn't
but she hasn't
upload
uploaded it yet. She has to take a total of 3 actions to get it on you. And she
Oh,
is...
okay, and I can just wait until it's
Yeah,
it's
she
fully
wastes her turn.
uploaded?
She doesn't know better. So,
That's fucking great.
I'm sorry, this has taken a few seconds. But yeah, she was uploading... why is my brain not working? She was uploading movement lock. Because you have a cyber leg. She was going to stop you in your tracks. Is everybody frozen, or is it just Chad?
No. I
Just
think
chat.
it's
I think it's
just
just,
Uh-oh.
Someone's recap that.
Come on.
So
There, he's not moving.
We
back.
missed
He's
it.
back. He's back.
he self-iced himself is what happened. I'm gonna say I think I'm gonna try and get it to the bottom of the initiative here. So just let me do that. So she's uploading that. She is going to move to cover though from Mooney once she's established the link. She's gonna go into here with her 5-6 movement. Then the last one on the docket is the Cigar Man, who will move to here, which is cover. He is going to pull out his assault rifle,
Oh no.
and he is going to shoot. Do you wish to interpose your shield?
Hell yeah, I do.
Okay. So he will actually cut through the shield as he
Damn.
rate of fired 3 on his 2d6 on the target. Because you're not evading, because you said you're taking the shield. So his auto fire damage is going to be... Oh my god, baby boy. What's 8 times 3?
A lot.
24.
24. Okay, so 20 of that is what it's needed to basically obliterate him into being no longer a shield.
Nice.
And the other 4 will get into your armor, body, but it's not greater than your 10, so it'll reduce it down to a 9.
9. Okay.
I think you wanted to take cover.
and there is no like you're holding him by the neck, right? And he's like with the copperhead, and as it kind of slams into that guy, it kind of peels him in half. So you're holding the neck and shoulders and this draping of an arm as the rest of the body kind of spills out underneath you.
Well, that's fucking beautiful. I love it.
That's the end of the initiative. That's where I'm going to stop it for tonight. I'm sorry I kind of got delayed by my cat being very aggravating at the end.
It's okay.
But this isn't a bad stopping point. The next initiative will pull. There are no currently active effects with the exception of the overheat, which has gone one round, right? And so the next turn, it'll be on round 2. Okay, perfect. And so when we start the initiative, it will be starting with her, and she'll take her overheat damage on the onset. Okay. All right, well, we'll begin the last session in the midst of the fight, and we will hopefully learn the super secret nature of Beth/Nina 3. Thanks for watching, those that did, and we'll see you next time.